All right, good. I'm not keeping any cap for this meeting. Typically, the meeting is usually designed for 1 hour. But in 1 hour, for your case, the kind of questions you have asked, I do not know how much you can grasp. So I don't think so it will be done in 1 hour. So even if it goes beyond, I have no problem. So that's why I have not kept any meeting for the next 1 hour also. Okay. Point number 2, there might be areas where you might not know any, something. So what you can do is you can keep a note and you can ask me the questions once I have explained it.
Sure.
So look, there are 3 kind of people who come to me. One who has no idea what they are doing. They are stuck and they have just got some inspiration, motivation from some fellow, and then jump into something which they feel, I mean, it's a hypothesis. They feel that this might work out great for them. It's just an hypothesis. On the other hand, I get a very superlative guy who is like pro into, tremendously. But in this process of being pro, some foundation problems are overlooked and they get into some problems. Okay. So the third person is an intermediate person who is typically confused. Why? Because he has got many options, many resources, many tools, and many gyan-giving gods. So you decide where you fit in these 3 categories. Where do you fit?
Very difficult to say, but as you said, in the third option, I have a lot of tools and everything I have, and touch base with all the various mentors, I would say trainers. So I think that's what you are referring in the third option.
So what I'm going to start off with, I don't know if I can just share my screen. Let me see if I can just share my screen from here. I don't know if I can share my screen through this. Are you able to see my screen?
It is still blank. I think it will take some time. Yeah. It is still blank, brother. Yeah. It is still blank. Yeah. Yeah, it is something. Yeah, I can see now.
Something popping up? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So don't worry, all this, whatever I am doing, it will all be given to you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All the notes, everything is recorded, everything is structured out, and everything will be provided to you, whatever best options you have.
Thank you.
Before I start, I would like to ask you a little bit about, I have your questions with me. You have given me some few questions, which I have gone through. I have understood this. Then the first question was about how can I excel my business in LIC and coaching. The second was is there is a better method for my sales pitch that can help me increase sales. I think it's a big university you have asked me. The third one was what's the strategy to outreach prospects of social media. So typically you want the answer for everything. Okay, what is the best closing techniques and how do I conduct a webinar techniques and all these things. So this has taken more than around 22 years for me. And you want to learn it in 2 hours? We'll see. Right? right? So before I start, I would like to ask you, like, what is the status now? I mean, where you are stuck. Let's understand your status first.
Okay. So as far as LIC is concerned, I've started going, going to, I've started doing, field work. But somewhere I've started going into, small shops and all. Uh, but then I'm getting appointments, I'm presenting them, but somewhere I'm not able to close, after presentation. That is number one. Number two, I think the ticket size, I'm not able to identify what should be the ticket size for that particular set of clients. And so typically it is just 2 days that I've started, presenting them. Earlier I used to take the appointment, but I was not able to, I was not presenting them rather. I was taking the appointment, but I was not presenting them, serving them. That was the, first step that where I was stuck. But later on, I started taking another step that, I started after taking appointment, I started presenting them. So today was the second day when today I presented 2 clients. Yesterday, presented 4 clients. So yeah. So that's the current status.
Good. So look, very simple. I would like to start with this. Okay. So a lot of people, they come to me, they expect a miracle, and I tell them, don't expect a miracle. Okay. Expect first the me, then the oracle. Okay. Me plus oracle is equal to miracle, right?
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you on 2 things. So these are right now your present status as of today, right?
Yeah.
So let's start this entire thing by answering all your points and all the structures. People come to me not just because of closing, but because they might not have understood one very, very simple fundamentals. So have you gone through that awareness action triangle?
Yes.
How do you find that?
Excellent. The funnel thing that we are referring here, right? Exactly the triangle.
Right. At every stage, there are different things. Okay.
Yeah.
So today, what I'm giving it to you, it is little bit advanced level of that. If you have not done that, then this is something which you will not understand.
Okay.
Okay. Look, the first thing that I would like to tell you is I have seen a lot of people who start their business and then they get into this crash and they are not able to revive back. And I don't want you to have this.
Yep.
So I would like to tell you that the kind of people that I have seen so far, they are all, I mean, whomever I'm talking about, most of these guys, they have a graph like this. Okay. And something like, how should I say? Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, it starts something like this. Oh. Okay. So in this couple of points, these are the point which most of the people they start their business with. Okay. So this is called as uninformed optimism. Okay, I think it is too fat. Okay. So this is A. A means what is uninformed optimism? oh, this will be fantastic, man, new business and new structure and all those things, right? Have you heard of that? Right? So when you start this, okay, then at somewhere around this point, when they are getting into a downfall, when they first time see the failure, first time see the struggle, first time they see the efforts, then the reality is met, right? Now they know the reality. Okay, before you joined LIC, you had a uninformed optimism or no optimism. Okay, this will be fantastic. LIC करेंगे, ये होगा, 4 साल में retirement हो जाएगा, blah blah and all those things, right? Uninformed. Yes. Now you have once you have tested the reality, this becomes informed pessimism. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. You make your note separately. My handwriting is horrible. I'm telling you. I'm authorized to write like horrible. Right? Did you get my point?
Yes.
Beginning of your course, any bloody course, anything, you will always start with uninformed optimism. अरे यार, IAS का एग्जाम देगा, IAS बन जाएगा, लोग सलाम ठोकेगा, oh, this will be fantastic, your life is going to be set, लोग तुम्हें लड़की भी देंगे, पैसा भी देंगे, इज्जत भी देंगे, you are the new age crowned king. Yes?
Yes.
Uninformed optimism. जब पढ़ाई आता है and multiple people are failing and all these things, तो CA बनेगा तो बहुत पैसा कमाएगा, लेकिन 7 बार CA फेल करेगा, फिर भी CA नहीं बनेगा. Right?
Yes.
So this is called as informed pessimism. This is where most of the problem happens. And now look at this point. This is the point which is called as the C point. And this this should actually be called as D point, but I'm writing it as C. What is C? C is called as valley of despair. हे भगवान, अब मैं क्या करूं, अब तो लूट गया, अब तो कुछ नहीं कर सकता, पैसा भी चला गया, टाइम भी चला गया, I cannot do that. All the negative emotions comes here. Are you getting my point?
Yes.
Okay. Some people, they take this challenge, they still work harder, and somewhere here in this place they get a new kind of an enlightenment, which I'm writing it as D, and D is called as informed optimism. Clear?
Okay.
Did you understand this?
Yes.
So what mostly I've seen in startups, I've seen in personal life, I've seen in relationship, professions, people start with a lot of enthusiasm here. Okay, let's call this point. Okay, they start here. By the time they are here, fine. From here till this point, they get to a different kind of a thing. From this point to this point, complete problem. And at this point, they again get that new energy to grow. And whoever reaches to this point, he gets into a fantastic time. Yes?
Yes.
But the problem is, most of the time, I mean, this is my understanding, I have seen most of my life, I have seen only these people who are continuously doing only this part. Sorry for this. I've seen only this much. Multiple times they will go only this much. They will get into despair, and then again they will start with something else. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now this point is clear?
Yeah.
Look at your life. You are also into something like this. You start off with uninformed optimism. Oh, Dada, LIC fantastic. Now only 2 दिन जुम्मा गया है, and you are feeling the heat of the market. Now the tire meets the road. Hello?
Yes.
Then how do you feel? Now you're feeling the pain. Now the reality is sticking you. Now you are informed. Itna effort. This many people, they get into this valley of despair and they never come back. They hit and they say, "Nahi, ye meri bas ki baat nahi, I cannot do this." They burn their bridges, burn their boats, just because of some people who are, motivational coaches or motivational people. They get into that Guruji, Babaji, Swamiji kind of things. It doesn't work. Why it does not work? Look, if I'm running and suddenly there is something pricking in my shoe, and that time a person who is a motivational coach, बड़ा आदमी, वो आके आपको बोलता है, come on, you can bounce back, you can do that shit, you can do all those things. Now tell me one thing, if you have a thorn in your shoe and if this fellow is telling, come on, you can do it another 20 feet, तो initially वो चलेगा, उसके बाद permanently तेरा चक्का पंक्चर हो जाएगा, yes or no?
Yes.
So sometimes it is better. This is my way. Sit down, open your shoe, find out the injury intensity. If you need first aid, bloody do it. If you can't understand, then go to a specialist who can do it for you.
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yes, exactly.
Then if you have done the first aid, now immediately don't wear the shoe. Put your hand inside, torch inside, or get something, find out if it is a thorn, nail, kankad, patthar, kya hai, nikalo usko.
Right.
If you don't, then again, another motivational Babaji is going to tell you all these things and you are bound to have a pakka puncture and your will is going to be gone. Yes or no?
Yes.
Right? So, this is what has been repeated multiple times in India, not only in India, but most of the places. And this is a very, very bad stage. So once you have reached to this place, only then you will go to achievement phase. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. But you know what? In this phase, only 3% of people reach to this place. Remaining mostly 90% people, they are into only in this area. Did you get my point?
Got it.
Good. So now you are learning. Okay. How is it so far?
Excellent. Eye-opening.
Good. We'll go slow. We'll go absolutely slow. So before you learn closing, you need to understand closing is the last part in an entire circus. Okay. And I would rather say, before you should learn closing, you should know what is opening. Okay. So let's understand what all things are there for opening. So I'm just writing it here, then we can go back.
Sure.
Okay. So let's put a small tab here. Okay. Now what we are going to learn is called opening. Okay, just 1 second. So the first thing that you have to learn is, it is not about others, it is all about you first. Opening is the first thing is, you have got 3 kind of communications. First communication is inside, second communication is outside, third communication is a guesswork, which you do not know. So when I'm talking about opening, the first thing is why you are doing what you are doing. Okay, before I answer all your questions, this is the first thing. Okay, this is a very famous word. Okay, is why. So do you know why has 5 proposals or 5 purposes? Are you aware of it?
Yes, 5. We were taught in our operations. When there is okay. So the why is divided into multiple things, and one of the things that I'm going to talk to you is called as purpose. Okay. Okay.
See, You want to earn a lot of money. That's why you are here, right? Hello?
Yes.
अच्छा तो है. So technically, you don't want money. You want what money can give it to you. That is your
Mm.
purpose.
Yes.
If I give you my credit card also, तो खाएगा क्या उसको? नहीं खाएगा ना. You're gonna be doing
Right.
something that credit card can help you to buy.
Yes.
So technically, what all things people buy and what are their purposes? So the purpose is divided into 6 parts. Okay. So the first part is called self,
Mhm.
or we call it as me. I am doing all these things because it is my body, my tummy, my stomach, my feelings, mera status. It is all about me. This is the most horrible begging stage a person can be. This is a selfish,
Mhm.
right? Selfish. So here, this is also called as survival. Survival is not for others. It is always about us, me, right?
Right.
The second level is called as mine. Here comes your family and all those things. Dog, cat, spouse, parents, kids, whatever. So at this point, you work with responsibility, right?
Right.
So when you take responsibility, you start earning more. Getting me?
Yes.
The next thing is a different concept now altogether. Here, you take more people. Now, this is our. Here it is all about organization, company, team, okay, or whatever, your nation. Here you need more money.
Right.
So this is called as leadership. Okay, this part is called as leadership. That's why the CEO is earning more. Yes or no?
Right.
Did you get my point, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you take care of multiple such kind of people, you are typically taking care of the entire earth, right?
Mm. Right.
Now, you are into something called as movement. This is where you are now not only taking care of your family, my family, but everyone in these things. So here, you don't work from leadership, you work from something called as ownership.
Mm.
It's my planet, I will take care of. This is mine, right? I am the owner
Right.
of it. If I don't take care, who is going to take care? So here, you are taking this movement into a world level, right?
Right.
So then it is beyond. So I call it as the galactic levels and all those things. Okay, this is where Elon
Mhm.
Musk people are there.
Right.
I will take care of the Earth also, Moon also, Mars also, and all these things.
Mm.
So that is like a bigger respect. It's like planetary, right?
Right.
Okay. And then the last one is spirituality. So when you sit in silence and do your yoga and all those things, okay, and you give every credit to God. This is a place where I'm not expertized, so I don't talk about this. But this
Mhm.
is way the money flows through. Check it out. Okay, you will be able to see this. Right? This
Right.
fellow is earning small. This fellow will earn little bit bigger. This fellow is earning still bigger. This person, पूरा दुनिया चला रहा है भाई. This guy is
Mm.
most richest guy, and these guys have crossed all the boundaries, and he is into a different thing. He is not satisfied by money, but he needs something beyond.
Mhm.
Did you get my point, sir?
Yes. Yes,
So where
Nada.
are you now?
At present, I'm on a. I was into third, but now I would say it is on the second.
Good. So let me tell you. It is not your fault. Majority of the population are in first. थोड़ा सा कम सेकंड में, उससे भी कम. जितना ज्यादा नीचे जाओगे उतना ज्यादा कम पॉपुलेशन है. Right?
Right.
Okay. So for this you have to learn couple of things. Okay. So are you able to see, the more you connect with people, the more you change your destiny.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
So it is not your hard work, but it is your people's connection. So now let's go from here to the next thing. Okay, let me see if I can put this. We will go here. What happened? Everything gone?
Mhm.
Oh God, what happened then? One second. Ah. Saved?
It must be Zoom.
Sorry?
Zoom हुआ रहेगा maybe.
अब दिखना तो चाहिए.
Yes.
Oh, it is here.
Yeah.
So I was writing here in this place. Okay, one second, hold on. Yeah. Okay. So far, okay. So we have completed a
Yes.
lot of points so far, okay.
Yeah.
So before we go forward, I would like to tell you that, so if it is all the people, so your destiny is with the people. Do you agree, sir?
Yes.
So far? Good.
Yeah.
So why not we learn about this great guys called as people? Okay.
Yeah.
What you need to learn before closing is, who are the right people? Okay, whom should you work?
Yeah.
So this is something which typically they don't directly tell you, but this is important for you to learn. Okay, let's put in this. So first, you should find somebody who has a pain. जिस इंसान का कोई दर्द नहीं है, उस इंसान का तुम कोई मदद नहीं कर सकते.
Right.
Good.
Right.
The second category is PP, power of purchase. इसको पॉप भी बोल सकते हैं. Right.
Right.
Third thing, this should be easy to target. Fourth thing, this should have market potential. Or market growth. So far, okay?
Yes.
Okay. So if you are meeting people who does not have a pain, then also you are meeting the wrong guy. If you are meeting people who does not have the purchasing power, then also you are meeting the wrong guy. If you are meeting the guy who is very difficult to target, then also you are meeting the wrong one. And if you're meeting a guy who does not have this growth potential, then also you are meeting the wrong person. Did you get my point?
Got it.
So now you understand. I mean, is it getting somewhat clearer? By
Got
the
it.
end of this session, you will get all.
I think, I was trying to connect the dots today. I mean, the market that I was going into, there somewhere I'm trying to interconnect. Yeah, excellent. We can move ahead.
Okay. So now let's also understand the third component of it. Okay, what is the third component? There is a word called as value proposition. Have you heard of this word, value proposition?
No.
People always look for value. Yeah, why? मैं क्यों तुम्हारे साथ business करूं? Why should I really pay for it? And another thing I would like to tell you, people think closing is a happy process. No, people is that happy process is not like that. See, you are taking somebody's hard-earned money. How it will be a happy process? You tell me. You are subtracting from his life investment, hard-earned thing, whatever it is. You are cutting it from him.
Right.
इतना सालों से वो, pala posa everyday nihara, and you're suddenly taking it off. It cannot be a happy thing.
Yes.
So, moral of the story: people love to buy, but they don't want to subtract their hard-earned assets.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So, another attribute of people I would like to tell you: people always buy because they want to get a relief of their pain and problem. That's it. Okay. Why people buy? So let's understand this. Why people buy? Okay. They want to come out of present problems, right?
Right.
They also don't want futuristic problems, right?
Right.
Okay. So you can only get money according to me, okay, and I think I am 110% right. Okay, you can only make money when you minimize the pain and problem. For example, chakka puncture, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, you repair the thing.
Right.
Repairing is an example here. Okay, this is a good example. This is minimizing pain and problem, but it doesn't mean that it is a pakka work. The second thing, what you can think of is permanent solution. Okay, example, buy a new tire. It's a permanent solution now. Right. Puncture ho raha tha. But look at one thing: the money which is invested here and the money which is invested here, this money is bigger. Right. Correct. My handwriting is really horrible. I am not able to make the rupee symbol properly. So it is something like this. Yeah. Okay. And number 3 is your place. Okay. What you are trying to do. Okay. It is a futuristic assurance. What is that? Insurance. Right. No problem. Chakka puncture bhi ho jayega. Tu mar bhi jayega. Sala tere ghar ko paisa dega. So these are the 3 areas only by which you can make money. There is no other way. Okay. So you can minimize somebody's pain and problem. You can permanently delete the pain and problem forever in their life. Or you can ensure that the pain and problem is never going to come in the future forever. Good? Right. Okay. So this is called as risk-free. जो होगा देखा जाएगा, हम है ना, right?
Futuristic. What is that? Futuristic
Assurance,
assurance. Okay.
right? So in future, if the pain problem happens, don't worry.
Hmm.
I'm here. Just call 911.
Hmm.
I may call this 101. No one happens. Nothing happens.
Right.
Okay. But did you understand?
Yeah.
People
Got it.
buy always something to come out of their problem. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's understand the actual core desire, because once you learn this, only then you can go ahead. Otherwise, all templates, all formats are going to be waste, right?
Agreed. Agreed.
Okay. This is foundation. You might know it, but I'm brushing it for you. So people buy to come out of present problem. Okay.
Hmm.
Get relief. Okay.
Hmm.
Status, conformity. I am better than you.
Right.
Ego, desire, or deep love. And they also buy because of cost of loss, grief, and regret. Did you get my point, sir?
Got it.
Okay.
Last one is the
Cost of loss, grief,
Mhm.
and regret. Regret.
regret. Okay, got it.
Okay. So quickly, let me also show you the flow, how people buy.
Mhm.
Okay. So these are basics. These are very, very basics. Okay. I am talking
Yeah.
about how people buy. Okay. So always understand there is a uncomfortable situation which was unnoticed. Okay. Unnoticed. Now this uncomfortable situation became uncomfortable to an irritation, frustration. Then came pain. Then the pain changes into fear. Okay. And this is what I have given it to you in the awareness
Yeah.
action, right? So
Right.
after fear, if this place also, if these guys are not taking any action, then the ultimate thing is called regret. So far clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is
Right.
how people buy. So they buy at each situation. Okay. So at this particular situation, they buy learning, knowledge, and okay, irritation
Yeah.
and frustration. They try to delegate to those people who have done something local stuff. Okay. This is the knowledge level. This is conformity level.
Mhm.
Okay. They try to read something about it. Conformity, they try to figure it out. अच्छा मेरे को ये प्रॉब्लम है, तुमको भी ये प्रॉब्लम है क्या?
Mhm.
Okay. Pain, now it is self realization. This is where search happens, deep search. This is where people start spend. They don't have a problem because they are now in pain. This is where they will give anything depending upon the pain intensity. So they exchange money or whatever asset, right?
Right.
In olden days, one Raja will be giving, okay, chalo, 5 gaon le lo. right?
Yeah. Right.
At fear stage, they need protection. Correct? At
Right.
this stage, when they have the knowledge, they will take prevention. Right?
Right.
At regret stage, they buy memory. Kash, hum bhi lete. Chalo, memory say. Yeah?
Right.
So, different kind of things people buy at different stages. Now, is it clear now? Are you getting closer to your...
Got it. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Whereas you have no idea what all things I have for you. You have no idea. So, this is called as incognitive ignorance. Okay. The moment I show you certain things, you will go mad. Then it will be overwhelming thing. Right? Just
Yes.
imagine we have covered so much. So almost we have covered at least 2-3 books now. Right?
Right.
First point of having somebody is who has been there, done it, and dusted it. I think these people can tell you beyond this. Now, what I'm going to give it to you is a very powerful tool, which is called as the meaning of value. So I'm going to do it here. Okay. So let me just put another tab here so that you can get this. So I'm putting in small tabs so that you can differentiate later by colors.
Yeah.
Okay. Put some other color. Okay. Okay. So you've heard of this word called as value, right?
Right.
So I have understood value has 4 dimensions. How many dimensions?
4.
Okay, this is called as 4D. This is what I would like to tell you. The first dimension is called as dream. One second. If you are helping someone to achieve their dream or make them closer to their dream or give a tool so that they can go closer to their dream or give him a process or a direction or just yourself as a good listening to talk about their dream, indirectly you are giving value to him. Yes or no?
Yes.
Fantastic. So dream is the first thing, and the second thing is called as perception of uh, likelihood of achievement. Okay, you are telling me, Dada, I will take you to the moon, but I know that I don't have that perception. But the moment you say, Dada, this is the spaceship which will take you to the moon and back, this is the money it is required for you to travel, and this is how I'm going to give you that money in exchange of so and so, which you can give it to me. Now my perception is going to be changed. Yes or no?
Right.
If today Elon Musk says that I have a lottery, I'm going to send some 10 people to the moon, he can do that.
Right.
Or ISRO can do that. Now, if you come to me and say, Dada, you want to touch the moon, you want to bring the soil for your spouse, तुम्हारे लिए चांद का पत्थर ले आएंगे, तो तुम चांद में खुद के ले आओ. Dada, this is how you can crack the lottery that ISRO is trying to do for 2025. And I have the full proof blueprint. Now, my perception, my likelihood to reach to your achievement is going to be fantastic. Yes or no?
Right. Yes.
Good. So value is directly proportional to the closeness or to the ease by which you can help me to reach to my dream, or directly proportional to the likelihood of the ease to achieve my dream. ठीक है?
Yeah.
वैल्यू का तीसरा पॉइंट है which I call it as effort. अच्छा, हार्वर्ड में जाना है, हार्वर्ड में इतना पैसा लगता है, ड्रीम अच्छा है, वेरी गुड, and I can go also. This is how you're going to get the plane ticket. This is how you are going to reach there. All the perception is good, but it needs an effort. Did you get my
Hmm.
point?
Yeah.
Every dream has an effort. Yes or no?
Yes.
And every effort, whenever you give an effort, that effort relates to only one thing. You need to, every time when you give an energy, look, you focus here, that means 99% of the focus is deleted and you are concentrated here.
Yeah.
So that means that you are subtracting 99% of the things and you are focusing on this. Focus means 99 for subtraction of your distraction.
Right.
Good. So when you're putting an effort to focus at something, that means you are putting an effort to delete from many other things. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. That is called sacrifice. Is it making sense now?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, let me also tell you, this is also connected to something which is called time. This is the last element in this value. Right? So time has
Right.
got two properties, micro and macro. Right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you need to learn here is this part. Okay. If you need to give a good value proposition to somebody, you need to increase the dream and increase the perception and likelihood of achievement towards their dream.
Hmm.
And you need to decrease the effort, decrease the sacrifice, and decrease the time.
Hmm.
Get my point?
Got it.
Okay. So
Hmm.
here, how do you put your LIC then, or whatever the product? My product will help you to achieve your dream. Not only that, it will also give you the perception and likelihood. How are you going to achieve to that point of your dream?
Hmm.
Right?
Right.
Always remember one thing. Money comes only when you are helping someone to reach out to their expectation. That's all.
Yes.
Good. Is it a power
Yep.
statement?
Yes.
Okay. So the top part is the expectation. This entire thing is the expectation. Unfortunately, this entire thing is the reality. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. People want to get to the expectation, but they don't want to work for the reality.
Right.
Look at you. You want to earn a lot of money. Now, you also know the reality now that earning a lot of money, you need some kind of guidance, mentoring, some session, somebody has to guide you on that. Fair?
Right.
So now you are getting results. How do you feel now?
Excellent.
Now, slowly and slowly, you are getting closer to what you wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Right.
So, what I'm going to tell you before I talk about the questions that you have, because unless and until this foundation is not clear, I will not be able to go to the questions that you have asked me. So
Right.
the first question is, Dada, how can I do excel in my business? How do people know that first of all you have a business?
Hmm.
You got my point?
Got it.
Or pocket में हीरा है, but still you will be hungry if you don't tell people, hey, भाई, मेरे पास हीरा है. At least you can. अरे बाबा, take 10 rupees, watch how the hira looks like. At least you will get 10 rupees, na? But you have to talk.
Right.
Is it fair?
Excellent. Yes. Yes.
तो तुम बोलोगे नहीं तो कैसे होगा?
Hmm.
So money comes from people only when your communication connects to their expectations.
Hmm.
Did you get my point?
Yes.
Okay, this is a very powerful thing, right? So let me write it for you. Okay,
Money will come only when you
money
meet.
comes from people. That's all. पेड़ पे नहीं उगता है. Okay, only when you start communicating towards their expectations of dreams, results, and aspirations. Period. Right?
Right.
Other money comes from service. Bullshit. Remember also one thing. Poor people do all the work, and then at the end of the day, they will get some peanuts.
Right.
Rich people first gets the money, then decides what to do. Today, I'm going to make you rich. I'll give you the entire blueprint how to be rich. But learning is only 50% of the work.
Right.
So I would like to probably go into that once. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So where are we?
Money only comes from people when you start communicating
Okay.
towards their expectations, dreams, aspirations, results. Yeah.
Good. Now, Dada, if money comes from people, how to reach to the people? Question.
Right.
How do I reach to this guy? So let's come back here. So we will do something which is called as the. So reaching out to people is called as marketing. Okay. So let's look at the marketing first. Okay.
Okay.
So let me do it here so that it becomes more congruent. Okay. So here we will look into the first part, which is called as marketing. Okay. Marketing may I'll have to give you a different protocol here. Just 1 second, and if I can show you. Okay. I think this is a very nice way to show. Okay. Okay. So I think this is a very beautiful way to diagram. My diagrams are very horrible, so it is better to copy the diagram. So there is only 4 ways to reach to a person. How many?
4.
Okay. And unfortunately, today's kids, they have no idea about this, but they learn about digital marketing. उन्हें तो ये भी नहीं पता है कि उनके दिमाग से अगर फेसबुक और गूगल डिलीट कर दूंगा ना, वो मर जाएंगे वो.
Yes, Dada, exactly.
Okay. So, and by the way, let's also tell you one more thing. Google and Facebook are not digital. They are online things. Digital is radio, cable network, Bluetooth, augmented, VR, infrared, yeah, RAID.
These are not even known to new people, even for me as well.
That is digital. Okay. SMS is digital. Okay, but Facebook and Google are online. So let's understand this. I'll call this as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there are 4 ways to reach out to people. Because now you are doing something which is random without any guidance. Okay.
Exactly.
So you are just blasting in open air.
हवा में तीर मार रहा हूँ.
So let's talk about this part first. Okay.
Mhm.
So let's call this one, and let's understand this first part. Okay, and I would like to call it in a different name. So I call it as warm outreach. Okay.
Mhm.
The second one, I call it as what should I say? Content. Third one, let's call it as inorganic. Parents. And the last one, okay, I call it as cold outreach. Okay.
Yes.
So what is warm outreach? I'm just telling you, warm outreach means the person knows you, you know the person. This is the most easiest way to reach out to people. Okay, I'll give you a simple technique also by what you can do it. Warm outreach. Now, Dada, how do I reach out to people? No one knows me. I do not know them. How do I get the database? Good question.
Yes.
Okay. So let's understand the warm outreach. इसमें क्या होता है? तुम्हारे पास already there are already a good amount of database you have which you do not know. Number one, it's called as friends and family, right? Number
Right.
two, acquaintances, colleagues, past connections. Number three, social media. Okay. Number
Mhm.
four, social circle. Okay. This
Right.
is online. This is offline. Right. Then
Right.
you will find these things are connected into three ways. Either you will have phone number, or you will have mail ID, or you will have direct connections, or you will have reference. That's
Right.
all. Correct?
Mhm. Right.
Okay. So there is a way to talk about that. Never say, sir, are you looking for an insurance?
Mhm.
Maja to never try to sell your product. That is one of the biggest problems. Okay. So this is what I do is there is a method to connect with that. We'll talk about that in some time. Okay.
Right. Mhm.
So this is one. The second one is called content. Okay.
Mhm.
So content means you have created some assets which are called as knowledge assets. And through this, people are slowly recognizing you. This can be content. This can be your things. Okay. Let's say you cleaned your park, right? So you gave a
Mhm.
content and people just connected with you. Okay, wow, it's a nice job. Great. So you added some value to them, right? Or
Right.
else you just donated some books to some helpless people, or you did something which is a content. These are things which people love to get associated with you, and you are making a very warm approach. Okay, they know that this guy is doing something, but they do not know exactly who you are. So here it is not warm, not cold, but something in between, and I call it as content. Is it okay?
Got it. Yeah.
Right? So this is some initiatives. Man ke chalo, you have done, let's say for example, I will do a content with you today. Okay.
Mhm.
So what if I can give you a lot of dimensions? Okay. Let's say uh, I'll give you how to enhance your knowledge in your business areas which you did not know, probably your colleagues did not know, but I'm going to give you everything in a very, very structured system. Now, is it a good content, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So this is going to help you to crack more deals, connect more better relationships, and help you not only to just grow in business, but will help you to grow in gratitude. And people will honor you and come back to you and renew their policies only with you. Even if you're not there, only with your company.
Right.
Am I increasing your dream?
Yes.
Am I increasing the possibilities of perspective?
Yes.
And this is going to happen without you being involved. So I am taking the effort and sacrifice from there.
Right.
Even if you are not there, I'm taking the time out. You understand how the value is done now?
Right.
Okay, is it beautiful?
Yes.
Right. So this is content. Clear?
Yeah.
So after content, I think this is a very common thing. This is called as paid advertisement. Right? Paid advertisement cannot be possible if you do not know what is called as ICP. Okay. ICP. What is ICP? ICP means ideal customer persona. ये कौन है तुम्हारा कस्टमर कौन है उसका okay so this is also connected to somewhere here who are these guys ये कहाँ पाए जाएंगे ये कैसे दिखता है क्या एज ग्रुप है मेल है फीमेल है वर्किंग क्लास है नॉन वर्किंग क्लास है इंडियन है अफ्रीकन है ये सुबह क्या करता है शाम को क्या करता है सोशल मीडिया में क्या पढ़ाई करता है न्यूज़पेपर कौन सा पढ़ाई करता है when he is in the family and friends what are the channels they watch on the television when he is alone what are the private channels he watches how many kids does he have or how many jobs that he has to manage so when you know more detailed about this guy the more informed you are the more better for you yes or no
Yes.
this is called as an ICP. And don't worry, I'll give you a structure to find an ICP also.
Okay.
Good?
Good.
Okay. So this part of this game, okay, is called as the first block. This entire thing is called as the first block. इसमें last वाला part जो है, that is called as cold outreach. Okay. So there is a technique for this. Probably I think we don't have that much time that I can teach you this, but I can give you some dimensions here. Cold outreach is when both the parties they don't know each other. Okay.
Right.
I don't know who the hell you are and you don't know who the hell I am. तो तेरे दिमाग में भी चल रहा है भाई. Okay. You who and I am who. So you have also the question mark. I also have the question mark. So typically we are nearby, but we are very distant. Okay. So there are ways to connect. There are ways to connect on one-to-one. There are ways to connect on social media, ways to connect on electronic, okay, and ways to connect on event. Right?
Right.
So if you are starting your business for the first time, you need to go with 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the sequence. If you don't have money, don't have anything, then go with warm outreach. But never sell the product to the warm guy. Always ask for the next one, which I'm going to add here. What is the next one? The next one is okay. So in the next point, so this is called as primary. Now I'm showing you the secondary. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So secondary, the first thing is called as referral. Unless and until you have created a good primary system, secondary system will not work. That means warm outreach guys will not refer unless and until they have found value in what you do, what your content is.
Right.
Right. So referrals are people who are well wishers and they are just connecting. Well wishers not for you but for any one of them, and they have known you or tested some products and process with you, and anything happens. If, for example, someone says, Dada, which is the best eye hospital? Definitely, I'm going to guide him to something that I know or I have some understanding or experience, and I've got probably somebody in my family who has got a good result, right?
Right.
Otherwise, I'm not going to go, right? So, referral completely works on faith, trust, and belief. Correct? So far, okay?
Yes.
Okay. The second person who can help you for this, okay? Now, this is how you scale it up, okay? The second person is going to be your employees. When they start helping you connecting to more people, right?
Right.
Okay. They do the warm outreach, they do the paid advertising, they do the cold outreach, they do the content, they do everything. Now it's an expanded business. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
Okay. The third level is called agency. Agencies has their own employees who are working for you. It is still bigger, right?
Right.
And the last one is called affiliates. Did you get my point?
Got it.
Good. So
Yeah.
this is how you scale up your business. When you have got qualified people who are agencies working as affiliates for you, then you sit around at one place and you become the Ambani of the experience. So far clear?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let's take a pause. Is it too much for you, or is it okay? Okay.
No, we are on track.
We are
I'm
on
able
track.
to digest it. Yeah, I'm able to digest
I want you to digest, and I want you to vomit also.
it.
Right? Okay. Okay. One second. So, hold on. Just a second. Okay. So I would like to share you one point that I strongly like before you go ahead, because right now what you are doing is you are trying to a stranger, and this is what is happening is you are going cold rich without knowing who this guy is, what his pain points, and how are you going to do that?
Right.
Okay. So that is an old technique. Don't do that. To mar jayega. Every day you cannot travel so much. Every day you cannot send so many proposals. Every day you cannot do so many presentations. तो खाएगा क्या खिलाएगा क्या? Right? So the fastest way is rather you don't go, let them come to you. Always remember, pulling is easier than pushing.
Yeah.
Okay? Pulling is always easier than pushing. इसीलिए इंजन सामने होता है, नहीं तो पीछे लगता है. Right? Now coming to little bit about this ad part. मैं थोड़ा सा ad बता देता हूँ मैं, because many people have this. दादा आप ad के बारे में नहीं बताते, तो मैं बता देता हूँ थोड़ा सा. ये ad is not an easy job. Okay? I want to talk about this ad in a different way. Ad के लिए सबसे पहले तो ideal customer persona होना जरूरी है. But if you are growing, then only ad, people think ad चलाएंगे customer आएगा. Did you get my point? ये दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा झूठ है. I had been into business for more than 25 years. After running probably around more than, I don't know, 20-30 companies, I understood the biggest nonsense in this world of marketing is not taught the way it is supposed to be taught. So here is my decorum, okay? थोड़ा ध्यान से समझो इसको, फिर हम इस पे बात करेंगे, ठीक है? I'm going to talk about only this part, okay? I'm going to talk about this part. let me put a small tab here. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about is the biggest myth of marketing. लोग झूठ कैसे बोलते हैं? So let me tell you that. All right. So okay. So you need to have not one kind of advertisements. So I'm just showing you the advertisements. Okay. सबको लगता है एडवर्टाइजमेंट अगर करेंगे तो डायरेक्टली मुझे कस्टमर मिलेगा, राइट? Which is partially correct. Okay, but please understand, directly you don't get customer. Always you will get prospect first. Right?
Right.
Okay. So prospect is the only guy who will convert to a customer.
Right.
Did you get my point, sir?
Got it.
But for continuously, if you want customer to serve them, you need employee.
Right.
Did you get my point?
Got it.
Right. Employees comes from candidates. So you need to do a different kind of advertisement, which people usually don't understand. You need to do advertisement for all the directions. You have to do ads so that people come as candidates, they join your company and they become an employee. Right?
Okay.
Right? You also need to do an ad where you are going to target the prospect, they will convert into the customers. More the customers, more candidate you need to be converted into as an employee. Did you get my point?
Got it.
Okay. No, this is partial. Only when you get the good kind of employees, then you don't need a lot of candidates. These employees, then again you need to do an ad to find agency.
Right.
See, no one talks about all these nonsenses, right?
Right.
Yeah. Big companies, they float tender. That is also an advertisement now. To find a vendor, agencies and vendors. Right? Are you getting this? So when you find a good agency and good vendor, again you have these people will do the same thing. They will find prospects, prospects will convert into customer. You have to put advertisement to the customer. Why? Because the same customer is going to generate something else and they are going to give you what is called as, oh, sorry. Referral.
Yeah.
Did you get my point?
Got it.
Okay. Then either this fellow or these two fellows, these are the two guys who will become affiliate for you.
Yes.
Again, you need to do the advertisement for the affiliate also. Are you understanding? So this is the business model that I'm telling you. So ads is not about just finding a prospect. Ads is also about finding so many things. It's the fastest way, but it needs a lot of money.
Right.
How is it now? I'm showing you the scale-up model.
Yes. Excellent.
Okay. Good. Okay. Now let's understand what. So far, okay. So far, clear.
Yes.
Good. So we have done a lot of good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the question, coming to your question, Dada, how do I excel in my business of LIC and coaching, right? This is the right.
Yes.
So here comes your main problem and we'll try to solve it one by one. So let's solve first problem. So I'm putting this as here. Okay. This is where we are going to solve your first problem. Okay, so I'll go random and I'll show you certain points also. Okay?
Yeah.
So the first thing, excel in business, when you say, you are not giving me a dimension कि कहाँ पे अभी हो and कहाँ जाना है, right? So when you
Right.
use this word excel, okay, I do not know the start and I do not know the range, right?
Yeah.
So if you are starting it right now and if you do not know, so your target might be 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. But the problem is when people tell this, Dada, I want to excel in business, my thing is, what is your goal?
Yeah.
Goal को उल्टा करो, लोग मिलेगा,
Right.
right? Yes or no? So
Got it.
how much money you want to make in this goal? What is money? Money is nothing but people.
Right.
Okay. So the problem that I have seen is I will get one prospect, then I will sell my product X to him. Then I will sell the another one which is X plus Y. Then I will sell this. So people, rather than focusing on one, they mix up all these things and they get in a very, very bad dimension. Whereas my intention is, if you want to start your business, don't look at product, look at the people. Increase number of people. Okay, let you
Okay.
have only one product. Chalega. Later on, I can break this out in multiple things and we can do many things, right?
Right.
Good. But you should be known for one product. If you search me, I'm known for only closing, but that doesn't mean that I don't know marketing, I don't know consulting, I don't know process designing and all. Okay. What I'm doing is the same thing. I'm doing consulting with you, right? And
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. People will take years to do that. I know that. And you will be able to see in the next 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Correct. So I'll give you a very, very structured thing. Okay. So for you to excel in business, according to me, I think let's put in a very simple way. The first thing you need to know or need to do, okay, this is option one for me, is called as knowledge enhancement.
Yeah.
Right? You need to regularly update yourself on new LIC products, market trend क्या है, financial regulations क्या चल रहा है, product नए products आ रहे हैं, understanding every detail of the LIC products, including benefit क्या है, term क्या है, conditions क्या रहेगा. Yes or no?
Yes.
The market trend कहाँ से मिलेगा? Right?
Right.
I will give you all the things ready-made. तेरे को दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं. Just imagine कर ये 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा देने के लिए मुझे कितना जानना होता है, कितना पढ़ना होता है. डेफिनेटली मैं हवा में तो बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ, right? I'm showing you live right now here. So let's get into the business point of view. For understanding your knowledge enhancement, जो भी आप knowledge enhancement कुछ भी करना चाहते हो, right? Knowledge enhancement can be done only by certain techniques. So this is only possible when you know your market trends, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to learn this from where? आपको जानना पड़ेगा मार्केट ट्रेंड्स में क्या क्या है, परफॉर्मेंस चेक कैसे करते हैं, एनालिसिस कैसे करते हैं, स्टॉक फ्लो कैसे होता है, राइट? यस और नो? ओके. स्टॉक फ्लो, तुम्हारा कंपटीशन मैपिंग, जायंट स्लीपिंग कैसे होता है, देन यू नीड टू नो अबाउट योर रेगुलेटरी चेंजेस, right?
Correct.
Then you have to know about competitor analysis. Yes or no?
Yes.
सैकड़ों वेबसाइट है which gives you the entire data on every 24-day basis they will update all these nonsenses. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then in your knowledge enhancement, you also need something called as CNA. I don't know if you know what is CNA. Client need assessment. अभी दिमाग से ज्यादा बाहर हो रहा है तो बोल देना.
नहीं.
ठीक है.
CNA.
Then you need to also understand risk management. Okay. Client need assessment क्या होता है? Develop skills to assess and understand the unique needs of different clients. तो उसको assess कैसे करोगे? Correct. Risk management क्या होता है? Here you are going to learn about the risk क्या क्या है. उम्र कितना है, ओबेसिटी है, कचरा खाना खाता है, जल्दी मरेगा साला. Right? So I'm just giving you some ideas, right? Then you also need to learn about financial planning. Right?
Right.
Then what you need? Financial planning कैसे करोगे? Because please understand, 2024 is an area जहाँ पे traditional way of selling, pitching will not work. There is a technique. This is called as 3T technique. Okay? 3T technique. Okay? You need to, what should I say? Tease, teach, and take control. Yeah, you have to teach them. Okay? तेरा financial planning क्या है? बकवास क्या ही करके रखा है? Teach करो. So you need to teach them certain things. Then you teach them. नहीं, this is the actual. What I'm doing for you is now teaching. This is actually right. And then you take control of this. If you don't take control in 2024, your customers will go somewhere else. Right? Because everyone is selling the same product, then they will evaluate you based on the maximum value other people can add to their life.
Right.
तो इसमें क्या क्या तुम्हें जानना पड़ेगा. जैसे मैंने ये सब बताया ना, these are only the few aspect of it. Economic indicators क्या क्या है? Okay. Inflation, recession, downfall कब हो रहा है? Right? India का trade loss कैसा है? Because LIC depends on many other things, right?
Right.
Then तुम्हारे investment strategies क्या है? Okay. Personal development कैसे होगा? Investment strategies अगर जानोगे ही नहीं तो personal development तो होगा ही नहीं ना? Right? Are you getting some idea now?
Right.
Investment strategies is directly proportional to your insurance planning also. Do you know that? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. So, इतना कुछ जानने के बाद में, how are you going to grow? Because you know many things. Remember one thing, if you want to thrive in business, this is my ideas, okay? This is Dada's technique. I'm showing you my master technique. Would you like to learn that?
Yes.
Okay. ये master technique है. This is working from thousands of years और आने वाला 7 पीढ़ी में चलेगा ये. Let's put it in red color and let me write it in this one. Okay. I'm giving you how to create a brand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. ब्रांड का एक्चुअल वैदिक मतलब क्या होता है? वैदिक साइंस दिखा रहा हूं यहाँ, ठीक है?
Yeah.
Number 1, people, I'm writing P as people, okay?
Yeah.
People should know that you are a knowledgeable guy. ये है नॉलेज तुम्हारा, ठीक है?
Mhm.
But people should know you are a knowledgeable guy. I will tell you how to do that. But please understand, this is the first thing. People should know that you are a knowledgeable guy. Okay? Point number 2. People must know that you have a tool, skill, technique, strategy, whatever. That will minimize the pain, eliminate the pain or problem, and future proof any pain and problem that can come. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
एग्जाम्पल, जब सब भगवान हार जाते हैं अल्टीमेटली बाबा जी के पास जाना पड़ता है, बाबा जी त्रिशूल लेके आते हैं, घुसड़ देते हैं कहां. Yes.
Yes.
Good. So Babaji is known for his tool. Okay. Point number 3, people should also know that the tool, whatever, when I say tool, I mean all of them. Okay.
Yeah.
The tool is best when it's in your hand. Okay.
Yeah.
People should know that Trishul will work with this fellow, Chakra will going to work with this fellow, Gada is going to work with this fellow. The guy, the Chakra fellow takes the Gada is not going to work. The Gada fellow takes the Trishul is not going to work. Yes or no?
Right.
Good. Are you understanding what I'm doing?
Yeah.
So this is where the 4th point, people should know that the tool plus you are not separable. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Number 5. People also should know that you are, sorry for this, a rare breed. Okay. People should also believe, okay, people should also believe that you can do better results when given access. That's good. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
This is Vedic science. These are the 5 points. Now look at this. You know I can solve your problem. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. You know I have a tool, skill, technical knowledge, strategies to do some nonsense. कुछ तो है.
Yes.
Right? तुझे पता है कि closing works best with me. Closing and marketing are my blood. It is circulating in my body like my blood. Right? I'm telling you my
Right.
example. And you also know that these two fellows cannot be differentiated. Dada means marketing, Dada means sales, Dada means closing. I'm showing mine. Tendulkar means cricket. Finish. Did you get my point?
Yeah. Got it.
Good. So the bat and Tendulkar cannot be separated. Lata Mangeshkar and Mike cannot be separated. Or music, cinema and
Yeah.
Amitabh cannot be separated. Did you understand, sir?
Yes.
And you can do better things if you are given more trust and energies and support. That's what you are doing.
Right.
Did you get my point, sir?
Yes.
Good. This is the base. The brand is nothing but this word is very powerful. It is called as
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So let's understand this. So I'm still solving your same question, how I can excel in my life or in my business. So first, be a knowledgeable guy.
Yeah.
Okay. By the end of today, in the next few hours, I will give you an entire structure of where you can read about market trends, where you can know about regulatory challenges or changes, where you will know about competition analysis. Okay. This is competition, COMP, competition analysis. Okay. Client need assessment कैसे करते हैं, risk management
Yeah.
कैसे होता है, financial planning, economic indicators, investment strategies, personal development. These are the knowledge you should be having, and I should already know that you have this. Good?
Yeah.
दादा कैसे करूंगा? Content. Content. How? Warm reach out. How? Every day. I'll give you an entire protocol how to do all these things. अभी.
Yeah.
ठीक है ना?
Yes.
So इसके बाद आता है you creating trust. That is called as your personal brand.
Right.
Good one. अभी हम
Yes.
लोग हैं पर्सनल ब्रांड में, ठीक है? So हम लोग क्या करेंगे? यहाँ पे हम लोग पर्सनल ब्रांड के लिए बात. Let's talk about this here. Okay. पर्सनल ब्रांड. पर्सनल ब्रांड का पहला उसूल है, you need to understand what is called value proposition. Right? That
Right.
means define what is the unique value you are going to offer. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'll be very direct and blunt. 2024, if you don't have an online identity, value zero हो जाएगा. Right?
Right.
Okay. For online identity, you need to also understand online में जाके क्या करूं मैं, तेरा वेबसाइट देखूं और वेबसाइट में क्या देखूं मैं. I need something to get engaged, get hooked, get connected. So that's why your brand also needs consistent content creation. 3C. Consistent content creation. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, networking. जाके खाली पैम्पलेट जैसा विजिटिंग कार्ड बांटने को नेटवर्किंग नहीं बोलते. So networking are divided into multiple parts. Okay. One is called as the sheep method. One is called as lion method. And one is called as the sniper method. Sheep method. जाऊंगा, खाऊंगा, घूमूंगा, वापस आ जाऊंगा. Right?
Right.
Okay. Lion method. मैं बड़ा इंसान. I am the king of this guy. I will show off and then nothing will happen. Sniper method. I will go, I will hit one guy, I will crack the business, I'll come back home. Finish. Simple. ठीक है ना?
Right.
Okay. Number 5. You need lot of client testimonial.
Right.
What is a client testimonial? It is called proof of pudding. Right?
Right.
इसे चाहिए ही चाहिए हमें. Then you need something called as brand consistency. Okay, don't worry. I have AI on, so it is recording my voice and it will create certain structures. By tonight itself, I'll compile it into a nice thing and I'll give it to you. Okay? So you will not miss out anything. Okay, good.
Hello.
Huh?
Dada, I lost your last
I said,
last
don't
sentence.
worry. We are recording all these things. Plus, there is an AI tool which is recording my voice, which is converting the voice into a kind of a nice script, and it will be given to you.
Excellent.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
Brand consistency का मतलब क्या होता है? It means your messaging, your tonality, your visibility, your colors, your perception, everything should be connected. Right?
Right.
So, for example, the moment I say भाई और बहनों, एक नाम तुम्हारे दिमाग में आएगा. Correct?
Modi ji.
I didn't say it can be buy or ban is a common word. I can vouch that there are so many thousands of people they can use that.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So here is the thing: is your brand should consistency. It has a lot of things. It has got color, texture, tonality, okay, and many other things. Right.
Right.
तो हम लोग अपना brand elements बोलते हैं. Okay. So join tomorrow's Dhamma Mastery. We are creating the materialistic structure of how to create your brand persona tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And if possible, watch both the recordings of yesterday's and today's, because I'm doing a little bit of touch up on that. Then you also need to know about your target audience. Yeah. So when I go to a expo or exhibitions or a business meet, I don't meet everyone. I went all the way from Bangalore to Delhi a few days back. There were more than around 800 people in that conclave. I went only to meet the vice chancellor or somebody who was a very highly designated guy. I met him, and he connected me to the OCD of Haryana and Punjab. Did you know? Officer on special OSD both, officer on special duty. Right? So did you understand what I did? I went there already knowing किससे बात करना है, कितना बात करना है, क्या काम करना है, क्या काम करवाना है, और कितने देर में वापस आना है. You get my point? So I have a very, very direct target. पर्सनल स्टोरी, ये मैं इतना मैं यहाँ पे डिटेल में नहीं बता सकता हूँ. इसमें बहुत सारे एलिमेंट्स होते हैं. Your story is going to connect with people. This is the only way. So here you become UAG. You are authentic, you are unique, and you are genuine. This is the function of the story. So my suggestion is don't create USP. There is nothing called USP. Unique selling proposition नहीं होता है. Unique serving proposition में change करो इसको. I'm supposed to give you 1 hour. I don't fucking care about if it is 2 hours or 3 hours also, because I'm going to give you everything what you need to sustain. This is not my USP. This is my unique serving proposition. This is how I become authentic and genuine, because I have a personal story. When I started my business, I know the amount of pain I had gone through. I have learned it with a big pain in my back, and I don't want you to go through. And why you came here? Because you are learning all the things without going through that pain. You are just jumping across to 10, 20 years faster just by attending these 2 hours. Did you get my point? This session is purely customized for you. Typically, this is what exactly happens in Mantle. In Mantle, we charge somewhere around 5 to 10 lakh rupees. Okay. We have stopped. We cannot take more than 2-3 people per year. We work with them. We do a partnership with them only when they reach to certain extents. So abhi 6 mahine ke liye they pay around 8 to 9 lakh rupees. I work with them exactly like this. I solve their problem then and there. They don't have to open any books, any Wikipedia, any search, no mentor, no AI, nothing. I will tell him how to do this. If I can't solve, I will go to that guy. I will connect it to that person who knows how to solve that. I give them software, hacks, techniques, and many other things. Right? So it's a very personalized, customized solution. This is how you become unique, authentic. Duplicate nahi hoga. Karke dikha. Because you are a unique guy, and I'm giving you a unique solution. And your life is different, your age is different, your area is different, your industry is different, your location is different, your language is different, your product is different. If anyone copies this from this session also, he will get banana out of it. He will not get anything. Right? So the next one is your professional associations. Right? What is professional association? You are known by the people you avoid and by the people who invite. Did you see? Okay. Right now, I know somebody, he is into the censor board, Bollywood censor board. Big guy.
Yeah.
When he got into this, he got a chance to work only for some few hours for PMO office for communication. आज तक वो अपने आप को बोलता, I was also hired by the PMO office. But did you understand? His brand went little up. There are so many companies, they might have done only 15 to 20,000 rupees of job for Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, ABB, Adobe, or what, other big companies. Aaj bhi bol raha, hey, Infosys is my client, Tata Consultancy. Bloody, what have you done there? It's a 20,000 rupees job. No, Tata Consultancy is, I'm a vendor, registered vendor. And still now, they have this brand element. Yes or no?
Yes. Good.
So these are professional association. Some people, they take a picture with some XYZ guy, whether or not that fellow knows him or not. मतलब मैं मोदी को जानता हूँ, मोदी मुझे जानता है कि नहीं पता नहीं, लेकिन कभी ना कभी एक फोटो ले लिया था. So people post that on LinkedIn and all these things. Professional association. So these are called as pseudo branding systems. Good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So true branding is, like for example, you are a part of the first family now. I do not know if the live sessions or not, but live session people, they undergo a lot of things. उनको गालियां पड़ता है भाई, कान से खून निकलते हैं, पता भी है. Please ask for the video from Pallavi. She will, if she permits, and I don't know if it is allowed. You can go through the recording what happened yesterday night. People were like, yeah, you see me in this tone. Inside the family, you will see me in a monster way. Yeah, and not a single one dares to leave that. So that's how creates my authenticity. So it is your style, it is your aura, it is your charisma, it is that glory and the grace that you create around. Good? Yeah. Okay. And the last one is my favorite. Continuous implementation after learning. Don't be a lifelong learner. Be a lifelong implementer and lifelong repairing. Right? Right. Right. So how do you do all these things? Unique selling proposition, unique serving propositions, you need to be learning about your competition. You need to be apart from your competitor. Don't do the same thing. Do things differently. My senior in my school, you know this guy called Shiv Kera? You can win. Yeah. He's a senior in my school. He says a very beautiful word. He says, winners don't do different things. They do things differently. Differently. Yeah. Okay. So if you are into this personal branding stuff, okay, I would like to probably add some few points here. Can I just? I'm just giving you some extra bonus stuff. Okay. So how do you do all these points? Okay. Let me just put this. So this is the continuation of it. You need a break or is it okay? Continue.
No, it's okay. We can continue.
Good. So the first thing, to create your unique serving proposition, okay, you need to do approach differently than your competition. So when I say C means competition. Okay?
Right.
Okay. You need to do a SWOT analysis. I am good in this. I am bad in that. I'll tell you, the most deadliest guy in this planet is the guy who knows his own faults. And he does not hesitate to take a help to plug those holes. You get my point?
Yeah.
Mature person are those who does not care about their strength or weaknesses, but they care about their opportunities and they make friends with those guys who becomes their strength to help them to reach to their opportunities. Powerful. Okay, so this is the first point. Second point, according to me, you need to have SWOT analysis, plus you should have your value statement. I've seen many people, they stammer when they ask your identity. Acha, to aap kya karte ho? So if I say, oh, I am an author also, I am a founder also, I am a business expert, I am a consultant. So technically, I'm not doing anything. Right?
Right.
So this is what I say. I'm a business catalyst and a closer. We work on pure commission purpose. Commission basis. हो गया. Intro खत्म. और कुछ है? Another thing is there. Who are you? Mr. Nath. Yeah. I'm a chartered business catalyst. Khatam. I can help you to create your business. I can help you to break your competition also. Boom. Clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, how do you go about this? You need to have a professional online presence. Yeah. So either it is website हो या client testimonial हो, कहीं ना कहीं पे तो दिखाओगे ना, कुछ तो दिखाओगे, right?
Right.
Right. How do I know what you do, how you do, and at what price you do? I need something to read, something to touch, something to feel, right? So I need those information. So pehle, this information is going to be a data for me, and then I will get some learnings, and that the same information will become a knowledge. And with the knowledge, I will gain trust. With the trust, I will get money. Khatam. Right? So coming back to this point, इसके लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? You have to do 3C. What is 3C? Constant content creation. Constant content creation.
I'm not able to see that. Is it?
What happened? It is stuck?
Yeah, it is stuck.
Oh, sorry. Just a second.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
No, it is. I'm getting an on your iPhone or iPad. Just connect to this.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure why it is not working. Okay, let me switch off and switch on.
Sure.
In India, anything does not work. We usually try to switch off and switch on.
That is easiest way. But Dada, just one question.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's good that so much thing. I mean, it is a good learning. In the marketing, normally people sees that we saw that value proposition and all. Meet more people, get more result. Law of average. How does that work?
Repeat one more time. Okay, now is it visible? Just tell me.
Yes, it is visible. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want to know?
Yeah. So normally people say in the marketing when we have several sessions in the marketing, we say meet a law of average. Law of average means meet more people, get more result.
Are Baba, that is a traditional system. If I
Yeah.
meet more people, but my quality of meeting is horrible, वही paper distribution करके आ गया, then घंटे का law of average.
Exactly.
You get my point. Okay,
Totally.
but it depends upon your quality communication. I don't know what is happening, boss.
Yeah. Again, same thing.
Okay, I'm not sure what is happening.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyways, no problem. We'll work it out. So, law of average is okay. By the way, let me tell you this. If I work with a small guy, when I say small guy, a small ticket size guy. I recently went to an agency. They are into content agency or marketing agency. This guy said, Dada, I have got 200 clients. Tomorrow I'll get one more client. It will be the great achievement. 201 clients. बड़ा खुश होके आया. And my response is good. And I went off. Then after, not yesterday, a few days back. So day for yesterday when he came and met me, he was very, very tensed. What happened? Dada, it is too much of tension. I cannot manage this, happened, that happened. He said, that day, to चौड़ा बोल के आया कि I have 201 clients now. You don't have clients. You are a slave of 201 people. If you take one rupee from the market, you need to give that work. They have the powers to call you any goddamn time of the day and night, and you need to take up that phone and you have to answer their problems. Yes or no?
Yes.
Now here is my thing. What is better, to work with 200 such kind of people or work with one guy who can pay like 200 people? I have one guy, so this is my thing. So how many customers do you need in your life? That's a good question, right? So how many customers you need? I'll try one more time. If it works, is good. Yeah. So technically, I have a marketing agency and I don't have even double digit of client. Do you know that? Whatever we have, we can't eat that also. One of the client is like Times of India. Go. Okay. So it is not about number of clients. It is about a different thing. It is about how much are you getting paid for that particular task. Right?
Right.
So probably law of average, I don't want to get into that average guy. A poor people has a different concept. So how do you do a business in scale up model? When you work with one guy who can pay like 10 guys, let's say you are working with small fellows, some 10,000 guys, and one guy is coming here which is giving you 10 lakh rupees. For the 10 lakh rupees, I can spend more time with him, yes or no?
Yeah.
I'll be more dedicated to him.
Yes.
When I'm more dedicated, I'm giving more time, more focus, more energy, more result should come in a better way.
Yes.
More result means more happiness, more satisfaction.
Yes.
And in that satisfaction, more credibility. He will give a good testimonial to me.
Right.
So when genuinely people give you good testimony, because now they are getting a genuine result because you are committed, you are dedicated, and you give a result.
Right.
Then the testimony will be more genuine. It is not like मेरा trust pilot में थोड़ा सा लिख दो, I will give you a coffee mug. I know all this nonsense. Okay, write something good review on Google. I will pay you this ticket, this voucher, discount coupon. I don't think I don't know all this nonsense, right? But these are stolen testimonials. But when you are really dedicated, now we have spent some good quality time here.
Yes.
Okay. Do I deserve a good testimonial? Genuinely?
Of course. Yeah.
But I'm not going to ask you a testimonial. अगर दिल में ठीक लगा तुम्हारा कंपनी अच्छा ग्रो कर रहा है, if you are growing, then you give me a recommendation. Then you give me a testimonial. Then you give me a referral. That will come from within. ये marketing से नहीं होगा boss. This comes from real good hard work, right?
Yes. Yes.
Not about liquefy stuff. I'm not. Do you think I'm pampering you?
No.
Exactly. But do you think this is something what you are learning is going to be a not long term, to the end of your life it's going to be there?
Yeah.
When you work with this kind of a high value guy, he will genuinely refer you to some people. Always remember, my uncle used to say, you are the average of 5 people. So the guy who is at 10 lakh rupees, the average guy will be somewhere around 5 lakh rupees to at least a crore rupees also. Yes or no? Then why not I work with him? Because when I give more energy, more focus, and more dedication, then I will get more results, more credibility, more testimonial. Then what happens? More personal branding. Then what happens? More personal stories. Then what happens? So ultimately, the credibility goes into popularity. More popularity, less marketing. Zero marketing, word of mouth. I will be a fantastic guy. Did you get my point?
Right. Yes.
So the game is not about masses. This law of average is for masses, not for classes. You want to be the masses or you want to be the classes?
Classes.
Yeah. No.
Classes.
I want you to be in the game where I see you. That's why you need a mentor. That's why you need someone to show you the other side. You need a lighthouse. Don't play the game of masses and classes. Play with me. I will teach you how to play the game of classes in masses.
Oh.
You see the perspective change?
Yeah.
So because you are thinking only this, you never knew there is a galaxy beyond that.
Right.
Good? You're learning something powerful?
Yes.
Okay, chalo, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Okay, so definitely when you get into this content creation, you need to look into your social media strategy. This is a very powerful thing. 2024, if you are not using social media strategy, gone. That doesn't mean that you will keep on posting some nonsense. No, it has to be value content. Are you getting my mails, by the way?
Yes. Yes, every day. I read those out. Yes.
How do you feel about this?
Excellent. A lot of insight.
Okay, do you wait for that?
Every day.
So now you understand my strategy works.
Yeah.
Right. So definitely इसके बाद में आता है तुम्हारा, only when you have created this, once you have gone to that level, automatically people will invite you because now they know you are a man of substance, you have some knowledge, right? That's the time your networking and relationship building will be easy. Correct? 6th point.
Yeah.
What should I give you? Yeah. So I want you to create something called as Hall of Fame. What is this? जितने भी client testimonials है, case studies है, stories बनाओ ना यार. Keep all the stories. Stories of pain to gain. Okay? All testimonial. Okay. Please meet Partho. There is another person who is also one of our students in Fest. He is an insurance expert and he's there in the industry from last 20-25 years. Very, very pro guy. and I've created a new dimension with him long back. Okay. So I told him, collect the stories. Now you've got a lot of stories. When the son is saying, my father expired and I had no one, that's the time I was just fiddling with all the documents and I found the name. It says Partho. I called up the number and this guy, like an Masia, he came and he helped me get all the things. And after 1.5 months, we got the money. And that money helped us to give my interview money or my examination dues. My mother was completely lost. She did not know what to do. We are at a place where we found all our relatives were like, like those shadows who just missed away in the darkness. All those people who said we are there with you, at that time, no one came. At that point of time, this insurance helped me that my father had directly or indirectly have done long time back. And today I'm writing this all because there was a person who allowed us to do. Otherwise, I had no idea how to get the money out of it. And that money helped me to take my job one more time. And now the first thing I'm doing is I'm insuring myself for my mother. Boom. Is that story good?
Excellent.
How do you feel about it? Now that story, can I publish it?
Yeah.
Now to freely publish, you need social media. Did you get my point?
Got it. Yes.
People buy stories. They don't buy product. In the story, they are the protagonists. Okay. They look at all these things. And the story ends like this. Now, my mother is happy. And when she is happy, I know somewhere in this world, my father is also going to be happy. Beautiful ending.
Yeah.
Right? Now you can see the entire image, right? And thanks once again to Life Insurance Corporation. सच में जिंदगी के साथ भी जिंदगी की बात. Super statement, story. This guy supported by Partho. Kaun bika? Not the company, not the product, not this guy, but Partho got sold. So just imagine, this is very powerful. If you can record a video, this you do not need to show an advertisement also. This content is going to be very powerful. Right? Okay. So where you have to post this? Jitna channel has. At my time when I started all these things, we never had YouTube, we never had Facebook, we never had TikTok, Instagram, and all these things. Right? We had to pay for Rediff.com. That time I had to pay for Rediff.com. Now you have got all this free. So every day extraordinarily accepted.
Yes.
Good. Then do it. So.
But your story, we have to create this story or we have to, collect it from someone.
LIC, you are in LIC, right?
Yes.
LIC is a goddamn, it's an ancient company. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is again Vedic science. In Mahabharata, there was an area where no one was able to defeat Dronacharya, the warrior guru. Then they did an amazing thing. And this technique was all given by our great Krishna Bhagwan. He said, kill this bloody elephant. Why? The elephant's name was Ashwathama. Dronacharya's son was also called as Ashwatthama. Dronacharya will not listen to anyone other than one fellow. It's called Yudhishthira, the guy who never says anything wrong. So this fellow kills the elephant. Elephant killing is easy, no? Easy target. And then they said, oh, Ashwathama died. He did not believe. Ashwathama was a great warrior. And by the way, he's one of the 10 people who is believed that still he is living. There is a temple, I don't know, in South India, South India or Mid India, where even if the temple is closed, they say Ashwathama comes there with fresh flowers and worships it till today, even if it's locked. No one knows from where. Okay. So Ashwathama was cursed by Sri Krishna that Jindagi bhar ek pe sadoge. Why? Because he killed the Pandavas' sons when they are sleeping. That's the curse they have got. So Dronacharya never believed that his son is dead. So he asked Yudhishthira. He said, is he dead? Then he said, Ashwathama Hatha. And then silently he said, Iti Gaja. That means the elephant. So when you say, Dada, do I need to make some stories? I said, no, don't make stories. Tell the truth. How? LIC is I don't know how many years things. I'm sure there are some fantastic good stories. Go dig it out, buddy. That's where your knowledge is going to be coming, right? What are the past
Yeah.
things? How many people? I'm sure such a huge industry has fantastic stories to talk. Beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes you need to talk about that. Am I teaching you good or bad? I'm teaching you
Good.
that. I'm teaching you what our Mahabharata and Vedic sciences they taught me. This is the thing same was designed by Hare Krishna. I'm a devotee there, man. I'm following his rules. The best guy in town, the best teacher, the best lover, the best preacher, the best warrior. We're gonna finish the entire war in just 1 minute only.
Yeah.
Right? So consistent. So 7th point. Okay. 7th point. You need to have consistent branding all across the channels. जितने चैनल्स भी है तुम्हारे पास, तुम्हारा लोगो, color, what else? Your message style. You see, I have a style that I write in my letters, right?
Right.
I don't write hello. I write hey buddy. That is my way, right? कभी कभी मैं हिंदी भी डाल देता हूँ उसमें, okay? And after eating the food, मुंह से पानी निकल गया या कान से धुआं निकल गया. Right? So these are certain things which makes my content connect to you guys because I write for Indian crowd. I write for the daily people. I write for those people who are daily commuters. I know that. That much detailed I have. I know who you are. तुम्हारा age क्या है तुम्हारा. I know that I know the entire ISP, ideal customer persona. Right? So once you know your branding, then you should also know how to target your audiences also, right?
Yeah.
Target your audience. Okay. For example, I can target for me. I have we are doing something called as Fest for coaches. Only those people who are coaches, consultant, teacher, mentor, guruji, and they have done a beautiful business earlier or probably by luck. They have a fantastic marketing, but they sulk when it comes to platform closing. I have 15 points for them. I'm doing a session only for them this Saturday. You see, I know who they are, what is their age, what they teach, and I know what is the biggest pain they have. Right? So I think I've given you a lot of pointers here. Then stories. Okay, I'm just repeating this. Stories. And the last part, your personal development. So personal development is all the knowledge part of it, plus your travel. Please, in your system, there is a lot of travel. Travel means people. Travel means geography. Travel means content. Yes or no?
Yes.
Good. So now you have done two things. You have learned about what is knowledge. You have learned about what is brand. I have also told you about how do you create your personal brand and how do you create the structured system inside the personal brand. Right? Now let's quickly go into the next part, which I feel is very important. It's called as client engagement. Right? क्या क्या चाहिए
Right.
इसमें आपको client engagement करना है. See, I'm still in that same question, Dada, how do I excel in my business? So जब तक ये fix नहीं होगा, तब तक आगे काम बढ़ेगा ही नहीं. It is not going to work.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Okay. I'm giving you a very comprehensive way to, kill these pointers. So the first thing for this is the third point, client engagement. Client engagement जानने के लिए what you need to learn first is learn to listen. Listen मतलब चुपचाप नहीं. एक्टिव डीप लिसनिंग स्किल्स। ओके, आपको बीच में बोलना पड़ेगा, अच्छा मैं ये लिख लूं और फिर क्या हो गया, अच्छा ऐसी बात है। You have to connect. So when you are into live fest, you will learn about active listening skills and all those things. So there is a lot of things which goes behind the scene. Active skills. This is a learnable skill, and this skill closes more deals than anything else. Okay. The next skill is called as follow-up. Okay. So there is a way to follow up. There are different structures. Otherwise, if you are too much of follow-up without spamming, right? That is the way. Number 3, customized solution. How do you create a customized solution? Right? Okay. So this should be tailored to specifically their need. और कितना बजट में कितना दिन के लिए क्या करेगा, that customization is something that should be in your hands. So when you told me that these are the 5 points that I need to work on this, I know what to do. I have a customized solution. Am I giving a customized solution? एकदम exactly है. So then the 4th thing you need to learn is called as client education. You need to teach them about certain things. Okay, you need to show them some proof, right? जब तक उसको वो पर्सपेक्टिव नहीं दिखता है ना कि दिस इज हेल्पिंग मी टू रीच टू माय एक्सपेक्टेशंस, तब तक वो काम नहीं करेगा। यस और नो?
Right.
सो आफ्टर क्लाइंट एजुकेशन यू नीड टू आल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि जब तक तुम पढ़ा रहे हो, लेकिन इफ यू आर नॉट टेकिंग अ फीडबैक दैट हैव दे अंडरस्टूड और नॉट अंडरस्टूड, सो बीच बीच में मैं रोक के पूछ रहा हूँ ना, तेरे को समझ में आ रहा है, ऊपर से जा रहा है,
Yeah.
राइट? सो यू नीड टू टेक फीडबैक। फीडबैक, आपको ये फीडबैक क्या करेगा? दिस इज अ सिस्टम फॉर रिसीविंग एंड एक्टिंग on their exact thing. You are retuning your speed, your direction according to them. Remember one thing, closing is not for you, it is for them. ठीक है? Hello?
Yep.
Good. Okay. Client engagement में next thing is called as relationship building. सिर्फ अगर बेचने के लिए जाओगे ना तो नहीं हो पाएगा। You need to create that relationship बाबा। कभी कभार पूछ भी ले और कैसा चल रहा है, बच्चे बच्चे ठीक ठाक हैं, अच्छा कैसा है, बस उतना ही। How many times did you call up somebody and said just ऐसे ऐसे पूछ रहा था, मैं जा रहा था यहाँ से, ऐसा लगा, अच्छा आपके लिए जस्ट एक गिफ्ट लेके आया था, बस कुछ नहीं, और बेटा कैसा है, ये ले चॉकलेट पकड़। Did you see this relationship building? है ना? Just go and play probably with their kids and come back. That's all. Okay. And then the next point, you also need to do something called as appreciation, client appreciation. Right? Because एक चीज याद रखना, everyone loves to be appreciated. For me, I'll tell you, listening to me for the last probably around 2 hours like this without a break, it's a great job, man. Without any water break, without any bio break, it's a good thing. Yes or no?
Yeah.
How do you feel now? You feel good?
Yes.
So appreciation works. 8, availability. जब जरूरत है तब रहना, फिर सुन लेना, मौजूद होना, right? You need to be available to answer the questions, answer the needs. जब जरूरत है तब, no, provide assistance, right? Okay, I'll add 2 more points. This is my favorite point, transparency. Okay, तुम्हारे पास 2 दुकानदार हैं, okay? हेलो?
Yep.
एक मान के चलो फ्रूट वाला बंदा है, आप जाते हो दुकानदार ए, बोलते हो भाई आई नीड सम एप्पल्स, ले लो सर, उठा लो, सब अच्छे, हाँ अच्छे, सब ले लो। दूसरे दुकानदार के पास जाते हो, आप बोलते हो भैया एप्पल्स चाहिए 2 किलो, सर आज एप्पल्स मत लो सर, today you buy anything else but not the apples, because I'll get the fresh lot by evening. These apples are not good, and this is almost like getting rotten. Now you tell me, which is the better guy for you, the first one or the second one?
Second.
Good. Transparency. Transparency is the power of relationship building, right? And
Yeah.
last is called client onboarding. You need to develop smooth onboarding process. Now you are sitting with me. Was it smooth? Was my team was
Yes.
able to connect with you? They told you the time, they told you the delay, they told you the compensation, they gave you a
Yeah.
lot of things, and you are aware of everything that is happening right now. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a very important part of your client engagement part. And let's quickly go to the next point. Okay. You have energy left. Shall I continue?
Yes, yes, we'll continue. Yeah.
Good. Okay. I love that. Now you know we can go for 6 to 10 hours non-stop without any bio break or without any water break also. Other people in this world will have to really perspire for that. So if you want to know, you have to come to the live sessions. What exactly happens? How you get so much of energy? You look, my energy is still growing, right? As I'm talking to you. Have you seen that?
Right. Yeah.
All right. So the next point is called as continuous learning. Unless and until you have got something very deep curiosity, you will never go to learn. That's my understanding. Okay.
Yeah.
No one learns just because of fun. Everyone learns because of curiosity initially, and then because of not to regret, they will learn. Are yaar, fail kar jaunga, thoda padhai karna.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you are going to thrive in this industry for the next 10 years, let's say, definitely these are certain things I would like to recommend. You need some formal certifications or education.
Yeah.
कुछ तो चाहिए होगा, पता करो क्या है, फाइनेंशियल लर्निंग थोड़ा सीखो, इंश्योरेंस के बारे में सीखो, ओके, finance, okay, connect to something. And my suggestion is, there is a lot of courses which are freely given by Cambridge University, Harvard, Oxford, free में मिलता है.
Right.
Don't do that. Get to somebody who has already been there. Don't get into any coach mentor, but get into somebody who is inside the system, has at least a credibility of 15 to 20 years, and is practicing and not out of the job. Learn from that guy.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Number 2, online. Online resources use karo. Right? वेबिनार में जाओ, कोई ब्लॉग है पढ़ो, कोई कोर्सेज हैं, कोई सेल्फ एजुकेशन है इंश्योरेंस के बारे में, उसको देखो, केस स्टडीज पढ़ो. सो यू नीड टू वर्क ऑन दिस केस स्टडीज, वेबिनार, ब्लॉग, रिसर्च आर्टिकल, राइट? 3 नंबर मैं ये भी दिखा रहा हूँ कि कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग के लिए तुम्हें क्या क्या चाहिए. देन मेंटरशिप ले लो किसी से. ओके, मैंने बता दिया किसको किसको करना है. ओके, इफ दिस गाइस आर नॉट, मेंटरशिप उसी से लेना जो अभी भी काम कर रहा है, प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है. Remember one thing, I don't call myself as a guru or a mentor. Remember that? Because gurus have stories and shiny things to tell, but a practitioner can demonstrate you live. I am demonstrating you live, right? Yeah. 4, industry news. सब्सक्राइब कर लो, कुछ तो होगा ना तुम्हारे इंडस्ट्री न्यूज का. सब्सक्राइब कर लो. Okay, listen to the podcast, listen to some kind of this online ये मिलता है ना आपका. So many things I can give you. There's something called as IBEF. मैं ये सारा रिसोर्स दे दूंगा यार. Okay, आधी रात मिल जाएगा. Next one, peer learning. join study groups who are like-minded in the insurance sectors as a group banao, community forum nikalo. This can be Facebook group, WhatsApp group, LinkedIn, Telegram. Join करो उसमें क्या दिक्कत है? फ्री में आता है.
Yep.
Right. So this is where you are going to learn many things. I learned morning that Google has charging Naukri and many other fellows for rendering their services. This is news for me. I would have never learned this if I was not into that kind of community. Yes or no? So
Yeah.
join this workshops. Okay. पता करो events कहाँ पे हो रहे हैं. कुछ तो exhibitions कहाँ पे हो रहा है. Right. Seminar कुछ चल रहा है क्या. Right. कोई कहीं पे कोई lecture sessions दे रहा है. पता करो. Then go about finding the books. Okay, what are the best books in Amazon, Flipkart, PubMed? पता करो ये सब कहाँ पे है. Research वाले कौन से हैं और industry वाले कौन से हैं. Go to Amazon and find out. Okay, the best books plus the best 10 authors. मिलेगा कोई तो मिलेगा ना.
Yes.
Okay, my job is to show you the direction. That's all. आगे तुमको करना है. Right. And definitely in this entire system, okay, I would like to probably add this 3 points here. Point number 8, you need to take professional feedback. है ना. ये इंडस्ट्री ऐसा है ना कि अगर गवर्नमेंट का कुछ रूल चेंज हो गया सारा चेंज हो जाएगा. So you need to take somebody who has a professional feedback दे सकता है. It might be a group, this might be an outsider, this might be an international people, this might be a national level guy, this might be a a friend or some kind of a designated guy also, right? Then 9, practice. जो भी सीखा है खुद रियल सिनेरियो में प्रैक्टिस करके देखो क्या वो एप्लीकेबल है या जो किताब में लिखा है वही है. Because you need your own expertise into that. Otherwise, you are just going to be a bookworm, right? And after you have done practice, you will get experience. With this experience, you will get confidence. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. With this confidence, you will take one more risk. Right. And when you have done, you have taken the risk, you have got another experience. But this time, this experience will give you another thing. Experience plus risk is equal to innovation. Beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah. It's innovation. Right? So I will not go too much into this new thing, which is called as digital presence. यहाँ पे तुमको एटलीस्ट कुछ ना कुछ एक SEO, सोशल मीडिया, ब्लॉगिंग, ऑनलाइन, ईमेल और क्या होता है वीडियो मार्केटिंग ये करना पड़ेगा. अनफॉर्चुनेटली इन योर इंडस्ट्री the more you show, the more you get connected, and the more continuously you do, the more belief, the more trust, and the more faith.
Yeah.
है ना. तुम्हें दिखना पड़ेगा continuously. So might be that is something that I do want to continue talk about. Digital presence के लिए I think you know the best way is every day reach out. Okay, every day. So you need to write mails. I reach out to almost like probably 3,000, 5,000 people every day through mail, through newsletters, I mean, through YouTube, through Dhamma through my advertisements. Yes, I spend a lot of money. Yeah. I have a team, I have a huge team of people who are working on this. So that all this entire thing is your only one question. Dada, how can I excel my business? This is how you have to excel your business. So far, okay?
Yes.
तूने 5 क्वेश्चन पूछा था, ये पहला क्वेश्चन क्या है? How do you feel now?
Mind.
Good? Okay.
Yes.
So quickly, I'll tell you the other 2-3 questions that you have asked. The next question that you have asked is there is a better method or a sales pitch that can help you increase sales?
Mhm.
So the first answer for me is there is nothing called better method or good method. If you have not done the marketing correctly, if you have not, the right guy with the right pen at the right position with the right payment, only then you can do the closing. Otherwise, no.
Yes.
Who's already informed. The more informed guy, you don't need closing.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
True. Okay. So 2024, probably I would like to answer it in a different way. Let me just add another thing here. Okay. All right. So we'll try to answer it here. So I'm going to give you certain pointers here. The question is there a better method? Better method, I think I have told you. But some of the pointers that I would like to share with you, which you can make a note of it. So मैं थोड़ा जल्दी बताऊं, quickly बता दूं मैं?
Yes. दादा, just before we move ahead,
Sure.
दो तीन चीजें याद आई है, I mean, in दिमाग. I mean, to do WhatsApp marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing, do we have any sources through which we can get that data? Number one. Number two, how can we avoid that? I mean, I mean, last year, one of my new number was got blocked on the WhatsApp. So,
Okay.
is there any technique through which we can, prevent that, blocking?
Okay, look, WhatsApp marketing right now costs you around 70 to 90 paisa in India. Okay.
Okay.
This is not a free thing anymore.
Okay.
WhatsApp is completely under a new company called as Meta.
Yeah.
They have a lot of rules and regulations now. So typically your WhatsApp is not something that is too easy also. Now, there is a law which is called as GDPR, Global Data Protection Rights Law. If you have got the data from unsolicited places, that means, see, like my all data, they have seen some advertisement, they themselves said, I want to get your newsletters, you have subscribed it, only then you will get this. Or they have seen the advertisement, they said, okay, I'm interested, let me see this, only then the number is gone to me, right? So this is the most legitimate way of getting a data. There are many other ways also are there. So there are people who are called data mongers, or these guys sell data. Usually their data is accurate to around 60% तक इसका accuracy level रहता है, approximately. It can be less or more.
Okay.
But there are no guarantee that it is going to be correct because you have no idea from where the data has been collected. So might be through credit card things, some lottery systems, okay? And this is not a legitimate way. So my suggestion would be, don't go into data, but just remind me, I'll give you something called as RTM, okay?
Okay.
It's called Rich Media Marketing, RMM, okay? Marketing.
Okay.
So rich media marketing is something which is typically designed for you. Right now in India, it works only with Airtel.
Okay.
Okay. They will give you a dashboard. In this dashboard, you can segregate this from 0 kilometer to 50 kilometer radius. All
Okay.
Airtel customers are listed there based on their age, gender, designation or occupation.
Okay.
Occupation. You can you can do the scale up and down and check like, how many people are there. And this is something where you can send a video, a text, and when links into this. So this goes as a different kind of a thing. It's called as rich media marketing, which is a very powerful thing. It is launched last year by September.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Dada. Just a second. Huh? Just a second, please.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, Dada. Sorry.
Okay. So another thing, now look, I'm giving you customized answer. Okay. You can use many other tools to extract data. One of the places is Google search.
Okay.
So let's say you want to get laundry people in Navi Mumbai.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can write laundry people, comma, @Navi Mumbai, comma, you can put +91. So you will get the phone numbers, comma, you can put @Gmail. So you will get the Gmail ID also. So like that, you can get this entire thing. So you can create something on Google. On LinkedIn, you can use something called as Apollo.ai. You can also use Lucia. Okay. There are so many. So these guys are, this is where you can do free data scraping. Okay.
Okay.
So I think 1,000 per day, I think. Kuch to hai. Okay.
Achha.
It is good enough for human.
Yeah.
So, but there are many other things. There's something called as, okay. Just 1 second. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay. So you can get, okay, can you make a note? You will get Apollo, Clearbit, Uplead, and this one is new. I have not used it. It's called as Odo, ODO. I'm just writing it here.
Okay.
Odo.ai. Oh, sorry, Odo.com. Okay. But I think this is right now free. But find out how it works. Okay.
Sure.
So
Sure.
it can give it to you something. Okay.
Sure.
Lucia and Apollo is fantastic. You can use those things.
Okay.
Okay. If I need to show you something,
Yeah.
if I can show you this. Lucia. So look at this. I just searched in Lucia and I got so many answers. Okay, I don't want to deviate right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this thing initially it is okay. Next, you have to hire people who can do these things. Third
Right.
level, you have to get agencies who can do these things. Fourth, people
Right.
hire that guy who can hire the agency.
Right.
Fifth, people hire the agency who can hire bigger agency.
Right.
Right? And then hire the CEO who can take care of every goddamn shit. Then you become like me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the structure. So so I think I have answered your questions, right? So if you're buying data, it is not a legitimate source.
Yes.
People are trying to do WhatsApp. It is not about WhatsApp. What are you communicating in the WhatsApp? If you do not know how to make a video, if you do not know how to communicate, if you do not know certain principles like AIDA principles or PAS principles, okay? I'll just touch upon this, okay? I don't want to really go deep in that right now. Okay, so AIDA, attention, interest, desire, and action. And PSA, PAS, okay, pain, agitation, and solution. So these are minimalistic way to do a video. Then only you can use your WhatsApp, WhatsApp, all this nonsense. WhatsApp में लिखोगे क्या? Pamphlet में बांटोगे क्या? Call में बात क्या करोगे if you do not know this?
Yeah.
Right? So attention. Okay. The guy was not shaken, even though he heard his father is no more, and he held strongly his mother's hand. Attention, Mila. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the interest part of it. Because he knew one thing that his father has done. That confidence was brimming in his eyes. Interest, bada?
Right.
Okay. There is a methodology he secretly was doing for many, many years. He was putting some money separately for this particular day, even though he knew he was suffering from terminal cancer. He never let anyone do that. Okay. In your family, if there are people whom you really think for, and if you have a lot of love and affection, which you have, are you not willing to take an action today? Just book a free call. My name is Viraj. AIDA. So this is one system. Then pass method. Talk about the pain, get into an agitation, and then you tell a solution, and then you ask them to book a call. So it is not about the tool, it is what you do with the tool. It is not about the data, what you do with the data that matters.
Yeah.
Good. Now you're learning about how to create this.
Right.
Okay. So suddenly, are you finding it easy now? Or else you want to go tomorrow morning randomly, hello sir, insurance खरीदना है 5 लाख का insurance है. Can you do that shit?
Yeah.
Now you have got more structured system process to do that.
Right.
Right. So I would like to give you certain powerful stuff which I thought of sharing with you. You need to promise me one referral, then only I'll give it to you. You see what I'm
Not
doing?
one, so many. I mean, as and when I come across, I will definitely refer it.
Acha, how about I make you my affiliate? I give you around 10% of my fees. Boom.
Yeah.
Right? You cross 10 people, I give you 20% affiliate on the 11th one. Is it cool? Now you understood? Very powerful, right? So I would like to give you something which is a different kind of techniques, okay, for closing techniques. These are things which we practice in the dojo. So if you are not on the live sessions, you might not know what is the Monday dojo with DADA session. It is a very, very powerful thing. We are working with more than 666 different kinds of objection. Okay. Can you imagine? This is world's largest objection handling system ever designed. I can tell you that. Okay. So closing, आपका insurance sector में, you need to do something which we call it as consultative closing. Okay. You need to understand the client needs. You need to give tailored solutions. You need to educate them. Then you have to give them something which is a long-term focus. And then you give active listening systems. By using your active listening, only then you can close this. Otherwise, no. Okay. Good. I am telling you also how to do this. Okay. The second one is called as storytelling. This is one. This is two. Storytelling. I told you, right? I gave you an example. Yeah. Yeah. Tell personal story, emotional connections, success outcome क्या था, relevance है कि नहीं, and then you give them visual aids. ये दिखाओ, ये बंदा था, यहाँ मर गया था, ये road accident हुआ था. And show them the photo, and the entire family was shattered. Then max life insurance, whatever. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Success outcomes बताओ, relevancy बताओ उसको, visual तो दिखाना ही है तुम्हें, right? And then you can do something called as elevator pitch. Okay. छोटा सा स्टोरी में आपका पूरा कुछ आ जाना चाहिए. It should have that clarity. It should be engaging. It should have curiosity systems. It should have the unique selling points, and it should also have a call to action. Right. So that's called as an elevator pitch. Typically, a 1.5 minute. That's it. 90 seconds. Okay. So tell me something about you, Mr. Viraj. So this is how you should do it. Imagine something happens to me right now. I'm not there at all. My entire thing is going to be shattered. My family, my entire thing. And that is what I thought almost 7 years back. That's why every year I was trying to secure this time, because I know man plans, God laughs. There is some bigger, better plan. But I am not looking at bigger, better. You know why people buy ceasefire? It is not because of the fire now, but might be in chance of fire. And that's the same thing I do. I help your family, not you. When you are not there, I give you the trusted friendship. My name is Viraj. I help you with an insurance. Khadam. Good. Okay. And if you don't want to use the word insurance, okay, I help your family taking bold measures in your absence, but with your blessings. Boom. There are different ways to talk, right? So these are elevator pitches. Then we have got solution-based closing. So solution-based closing में क्या क्या आता है? So where you find out the problems, then solution को frame बनाओ. पहले प्रॉब्लम को इतना तक लेके जाओ, वो खुद पूछ ले भाई कुछ है क्या? चारों तरफ कोविड फैल रहा है, कुछ है क्या? कुछ जुगाड़ है क्या? हाँ, एक इंजेक्शन है कोवैक्सीन नाम से, अच्छा, जिसने जिसने लगाया है वो और मर गया. राइट. सो बेनिफिट फोकस एंड यू हैव टू टॉक अबाउट कस्टमाइजेशन. नहीं, आपके लिए कोवैक्सीन नहीं, बट कोविशील्ड नाम का कुछ है, which is typically for people above 65 years of age who cannot withstand the powerful covaxin. They can take Covishield. और ये evidence रहा. These are my proof of evidences. Did you get my point? This is called as solution-based, evidence-based business closing. And then last, you need to have follow-up strategy. Follow-up closing. Okay. You need to have something consistent. Don't push them, but your follow-up should be so powerful. आज मैं आया हूँ, at least यमराज नहीं आया है. Did you get my point? It's a very, very powerful way, right? Okay, make it more personalizations. I come with gifts, but that guy will snatch all the gifts. You want me as a better guy? Then you need to safeguard that someone else does not do that. What do you want to do? Validation क्या करोगे आप? So every time when you meet, share relevant article to them. डराने के लिए कोई article दे दो, पता है? There was a train accident near Odisha few months back. Many people lost their lives. Many people lost all these things. Many people, they were supposed to get some claims from the government. Nothing happened. But Mr. Rohit, who took this thing, no one knows if he is dead or alive. Still, the wife is wearing colorful sari because she does not want to wear that white sari. She's managing all these things just because he has done something. Is it a good story?
Yes.
How do you feel about it now?
Yes, good.
Okay, ask them to see this. Okay, then you have got many things. Okay, there is something which is called as question-based closing, value proposition-based closing, social-based closing, right? So many things are there. I'm just writing it here. Then whatever is coming in my mind. Okay.
Right.
Question-based क्वेश्चन बेस्ड, और मरने का इंतजार करोगे या अभी कुछ करोगे? कब होगा? When are you going to make your family good about it, or whatever? Okay, I mean, are you going to live this life with this fear throughout your life? Are you finding it is very powerful, right? Okay.
Right.
Then seventh point is value proposition, right? Okay, so they should get this clarity, they should get the differentiation, they should get that relevance, they should have all the proof. Adaptation होना चाहिए, तभी होगा ना। वैल्यू दिखेगा कैसे उसको, उसका ड्रीम कहाँ पे है, perception and ease to reach to the dream divided by sacrifice and time, only then they will understand that. ठीक है? Then social proof. अरे शर्मा जी ने 3 इंश्योरेंस ले लिया, आपको शर्म नहीं आती? Right? In a community where everyone is buying an insurance and one guy is not buying, don't you think it's an embarrassment?
Yes.
Good. Social proof. It works. And then I can have 2 more. I'm just writing it, and I can just write it here. So that 9th one, scarcity. Urgency. This offer is only for this. The value addition are only for this. You take a call today, you pay in one shot, you close in one shot, right? These are called as scarcity or urgency-based closing. Then the last one, which is usually done on insurance sectors. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Again disconnected. Yeah. Dada, nowadays in LIC, now we have started, selling concept-based product. When I say concept, I mean they have, various types of product which are related to retirement, children, or children's higher education. So we have a separate types of, different types of concept-based product.
So we do in our live sessions, it's kind of consent based. Like, you are talking to 2 people. One is a consumer and one is a prospect. Okay. So they have not yet become. So for example, a chocolate, the kid is the consumer, but you are the customer. So LIC or this kind of insurances, you are not the consumer, you are the customer. You have to talk on the behalf of consumer to the customer.
Right.
That's called consent based. Yeah, go ahead.
So what I was planning that, I'm going to print a brochure with the concept stating, specifically targeting only for the businessman or shopkeepers or, so I'm going to directly visit to them. I'm getting appointment. I mean, I go to them. I let's say if I meet 10 people, I get 6-7 people's appointment. Now the next part is, if I go to them, how should I'm explaining them that product. Okay. Now I want to target, just like you said, that we have to target a big ticket size. Then I want to visit, let's say, the press, or maybe big businessman. So I will directly visit to their offices and fix an appointment, and I'll try to pitch them a specific uh, customized product for them. Insurance plus their the product which is going to give them a future guaranteed returns. So guaranteed return plus insurance, these both the things will be together. So I'm going to create that bundle and directly reach out to them, so that as you said, value proposition and targeting the right audience. So I believe, since they have the decision making powers, they have a they have actual money with them. If I directly reach out to their offices, let's say out of 100% people, 100, if I reach out 100 people, probably I would be able to target their pain or their future, because in business there are a lot of ups and downs are there. So if I give them, if I pitch them that after you have to just pay for a 15 years, and after that you will get a lifelong guaranteed 10%, 8 to 10%, 8%. There is one product which gives 8%, which another product gives 10%. So you will get lifelong. When I say lifelong, it is guaranteed by government itself. So that product, if I go and pitch, what do you think? How would that work?
Look, never follow the product, always follow the pain. This is my point. So you have two things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You are too much concentrated on product. This is what all the rest of the idiots are doing.
Okay.
This is ordinary. But when you have people plus pain plus process, this is called as extraordinary.
Yeah.
No one cares about कि तुम्हारा product क्या अच्छा है.
Right.
People all cared about, can you give me my expected result now? Right?
Yeah.
Did you get my point, sir?
Yes.
So your answer is a little different here. So when you go, you lose the thing. Always remember, pulling is powerful. Rather than you going and getting an appointment milna badi baat nahi. But when are you taking appointment of somebody or they are taking appointment of you? There is a difference. So the way to do that, I think this is one of the questions also you have, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Question was, what is the strategy to outreach prospect over social media?
Right.
Okay. तो मैं इसका एक proper structure बना के दूंगा मैं, where LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and your some sort of online presence has to be there. I don't have to explain you that, right?
Right.
Number two, it is not just about your presence, but how frequently are you posting? This also matters. Okay.
Right.
LinkedIn, 1 post per day. Facebook, 1 post per day. Instagram, 4 posts per day. Newsletter, 1 per day.
Yeah.
Okay. YouTube, 1 video per day. Minimum. How long? Till you get your first 100 clients, don't stop it. Okay. So your lead generation strategy, all social media plus email plus whatever it is, you need to do constantly so that you get this guy whom I call them as warm client. Okay, or warm prospect. Right.
Right.
Okay. Warm prospect, when they take your appointment, did you understand the difference? When they take your appointment, then you get authority. When you take their time, you don't have the authority. They have the authority. Right?
Right.
Okay. So the question is, how do you do that? See, if you do 1-to-1, you will make small amount of money. But when you do 1-to-many, here you are saving time, energy, plus more money.
Right.
This is called group. But you need to go slowly here, right? Directly up nahi milega. So that's why you need to know your target audience. You should know which. You don't have to be in all the platforms. कोई एक platform पढ़ लो, लेकिन go deep into that. So for me, it is like more about LinkedIn. I am more active on LinkedIn. Why? My target group is there. Okay. You have to understand ICP. तुम्हारा ideal customer persona क्या देखता है? सोशल मीडिया देखता है, न्यूज़लेटर देखता है, या न्यूज़ पढ़ता है? कहाँ? You get my point?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Many times to reach to the main guy, you need to work with the small guys, which are called as champions. How are you going to find the champions? Right? So your engagement level कितना आ रहा है? Competitor presence कितना है? Content का quality क्या है? Your content is going to curate your appointments. Simple. You are able to see my messages. This will be difficult. एक दिन में नहीं होगा. Start तो करो. Start it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give 100 minutes for your videos. Give 100 minutes for your planning. Give 100 minutes to meet people. Give 100 minutes for your travel. Give 100 minutes to create new strategies and content. Correct?
Yeah.
Because you cannot travel. Stop traveling. 2024. If you are still traveling to find your customers, then you are doing a wrong business. Ask them to come. Meet them on. I don't go anywhere. I am sitting here. For me, my office and my house is only 5 feet. बस यहाँ से cross करूँगा पहुँच गया. Right? You need to engage them. I reply to all the mails and all the messages. Do you know that? Every messages. Yeah, एक भी मेरा inbox में सब red है. Everything is red. If I don't, my team does it. So that is the later part. So आपका content होना चाहिए. Content should be of high value. Now I told you what is the meaning of value, right? It should be consistent. It should have different varieties. You get a lot of variety inside me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. और ऐसे example कहाँ से लाता हूँ? I talk about my life experiences. This creates your brand voice, and this is what your audience needs. You have to understand what they need. They are thirsty to उसे बिरयानी खिला रहा है. Getting me?
Yeah.
Engagement, interactions कितना होता है? Community building के लिए activity क्या कर रहे हो? Can you bring all these people? Oh, sorry. I don't know why it is not working. I think it is getting heated up.
Yeah. Again, we have to switch off and switch on. Yeah.
Yeah, India में कुछ भी काम जब नहीं करता, switch off switch नहीं करते हम लोग. Okay. But so far okay. I'm again taking a feedback.
Yeah.
But are you getting every word that I'm telling you? It's a book by itself, right? So engagement कैसे करोगे? अभी तुमने content create कर दिया. Engagement करने के लिए, for me, I do lot of things like newsletter बनाता हूँ मैं. Date with DADA बोल के एक situation एक वो बनाता हूँ मैं. I've got something जहाँ पे happiness session में मैं feedback लेता हूँ, right? Have you seen all those things?
Yeah.
Okay. Dojo with DADA में सब लोग मुझे question पूछते हैं. Objection handling करता हूँ मैं. I have an FAQ system. Polling करता हूँ मैं कभी-कभी. Yeah. So this is how I engagement में monthly meeting आते हो? Have you attended any of the monthly meetings?
Yes, I have attended 2 meetings. Yeah.
Is it a good engagement?
Yes, great.
So how I'm doing? I'm keeping on people to get into that groove. आपको आना तो पड़ेगा. You content ही नया है. Yeah. This Wednesday I'm bringing somebody. He's a young fellow. He has already got the first series of investment. He has created a kind of a great amazing business concept. He's going to talk about that. I'm inviting him as one of the youngest entrepreneurs, and he is allowing us to close deals for him. Minimum ticket size is 1 lakh rupees and above. 20% commission में हम लोग tie up कर रहे हैं. एक closing 20%. Boom. Why not? Yeah. So this is possible. So engagement का example बताया, story बताया, community building बताया. Then user generated content. This is a very powerful thing. Now I have a Facebook group. You are also in that group, right?
Yeah.
Content कौन बना रहा है? मैं तो नहीं बना रहा. आप ही लोग बना रहे हो. Did you see? So now you don't have to go knock the door when they come and see your biggest empire that you have created. और इस empire को चलाने के लिए खर्चा कितना है? Zero. Facebook में क्या खर्चा है तुम्हारा? कुछ भी नहीं. Right? Go to my dumb master. You will see data from 4,000 days, 4,000 hours. आजा. इतना repository है. Every day मैं कर रहा हूँ. एक दिन भी नहीं छोड़ा. जब मैं बीमार था तब भी मैंने किया है. Did you get my point?
Yeah.
You're learning something powerful?
Yes.
ये करने के बाद में तुम टारगेटेड एडवर्टाइजिंग कर सकते हो. जब तुम्हें पूरा पता चलेगा कि ऑडियंस सेगमेंट क्या है, किसको करना है, which kind of category of people you want to. तुम बोल रहे हो सर हाई प्रोफाइल. हाई प्रोफाइल तुम्हें देखेगा भी नहीं, सुनेगा भी नहीं, क्यों करेगा तुमसे बात? Right? What do you have for them? So you need to know the process. So for that you have to learn a technique called as the Colombo technique, Colombo closing technique. वो लाइव सेशन में होगा तुम्हारा. But otherwise what you can do is you can put a normal ad. LinkedIn ad चलाओगे तो अच्छे क्वालिटी का मिलेगा, लेकिन बहुत एक्सपेंसिव. Right? I will not suggest you to do that. Go for normal content. Let people enjoy that. Let people subscribe to that. Let people come back to you. Let people register for a webinar session. In that webinar session, you talk, bring in some experts if you can't talk. Yeah, leverage that training also. Na? Why you have to train? Get that guy who can train. Share कर लो उसको 10% कमीशन. जा भाई, तू भी खा, मैं भी खाऊंगा. इन्फ्लुएंसर कोलैबोरेशन कहते हैं इसको. पार्टनर कर लो किसी के साथ में, जेवी कर लो. Right? But make sure that that guy is authentic. And you should have a proper goal कि उस वेबिनार में क्या होना चाहिए. ऐसा ना हो कि तुमने उसको बुलाया, लोग वहीं पे चले गए, तुमको ठेंगा दिखाया. So you should have your content guidelines also, ना कि क्या बोलना है, क्या नहीं बोलना है, measurement है. Everything has to be planned. Right? So are you getting an idea now? कि इसके साथ क्या करना है?
Yeah.
Then you can do your online thing, hashtag बनाओ, SEO बनाओ, your keyword research कराओ, monitoring कराओ. जब पैसा हो, then you do all this nonsense of Google search and SEO. Otherwise, I will not suggest you to do that.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those people who are selling analytics and monitoring, I think just keep a normal Google Excel and write down all these things. Remember one thing: what do you expect, you will never get. What you inspect, you will always get. पता करो. So don't get into the goal setting. Go into the input setting. Let's say, for example, can you spend 100 minutes every day to create a content?
Yeah.
Your main goal is to get a client. I'm telling you, forget about the client. Just go and do this. 100 minutes, sit there, design a strategy. कब करूंगा दादा? सुबह victory time में आओ. Right? काम करो वहां पे. 100 मिनट का कंटेंट डिजाइन करो, स्ट्रेटेजी करो. 100 मिनट का कंटेंट क्रिएट करो. 100 मिनट का मीटिंग करो. 100 मिनट का प्रॉब्ली फॉलो अप करो. 100 मिनट का क्यूसी बनाओ. Reach out to 100 people every day. Yes, possible. Yes or no?
Yeah. So the Airtel, that thing that you told me just now, how will that work? I mean, should I target that on a daily basis, on the basis of that?
See, look, do it only when you can eat. Otherwise, don't do that. If today you do around, reach out to 2,000 people and you get 20 meetings, you alone cannot do 20 meetings. Na? Did you get my point?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So first, you eat what you can. Then you hire people who can do exactly what you can do. Then third level, hire an agency. Fourth level, hire a guy who can hire multiple agencies.
Yeah.
That's how you grow. Right? So once you have done all these things, इसमें personal branding is very, very important. Specifically in your field. तुम्हारा प्रोफेशनल प्रोफाइल क्या है, तुम्हारा थॉट लीडरशिप क्या रहेगा, पर्सनल स्टोरी क्या है, तुम्हारा रैक्स. पीपल लव टू लिसन टू योर स्टोरी. नेटवर्क एक्सपेंशन कैसे करते हो, ऑफर क्या दोगे, राइट? What are your offers? LIC दे रहा है, ठीक है, तुम खुद से क्या दे रहे हो? I have seen many people, they give you calendar, this, that, diary, pen, pad, I don't know, something, party.
Yeah.
Okay, so I give you many things. Okay, so I think one of the last questions you asked me, Dada, what are the best closing techniques?
Yeah.
Number 4 था तुम्हारा. What are the best closing techniques? I have trained probably hundreds, less than 1,000, more than hundreds of people. I've trained them in Guwahati, Hazaribagh, Kottayam, and Gachibowli in Hyderabad. So based on that, statistics text talks about this. Okay, this is not my assumption. This is those people who have attended my sessions, and I gave them a 7 days window to experiment and tell me what is working, what is not working. So based on that, I'm telling you, couple of things that worked with me are called as assumptive closing. Okay, assumptive closing वो होता है जब आप डायरेक्टली पूछते हो, assume you are not there tomorrow, then what happens? You got it?
Right.
So these are called as assumptive closings. Okay, I'm just writing it as the best. Best closing technique for insurance. Okay, so my answer is assumptive closing. Okay. Okay. I will create something. I'll give it to you tomorrow, where there are 5 points are there in this, like positive assumption कैसे करना है, negative assumption किया तो तुम्हारा deal नहीं होगा.
Okay.
And you don't tell the next step, let them identify the next step.
Okay.
Confidence अपने आप बढ़ता रहेगा. When you see self confidence बढ़ेगा. Positive assumption gives you self confidence.
Yeah.
Negative assumptions gives you fear. Then it will get into confidence. Confidence will get into confirmation, and they will handle their own objections. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Then another thing is called a summary closing. Once you have explained everything, we're doing the entire recap. Okay, recap मतलब summary होता है ना, and you do a
Right.
persistence. So when you tell them, so आपको इतने साल के बाद ये इतना पैसा आपके परिवार को इस तरीके से निवेश कर रहे तो इतना मिलेगा. Okay, you can emphasize on how the product and the service solves their particular customized problem. ठीक है? Solve their particular customized problem. Cool? Okay. Basically, summary closing is all about 100% clarity. ठीक है?
Yeah.
ऐसे काफी सारी चीजें हैं, जैसे है शार्प एंगल क्लोजिंग. ये सब मैं डोजो में बता सकता हूँ, राइट? बट आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू शार्प एंगल क्लोजिंग. एक सेकंड. शार्प एंगल क्लोजिंग मतलब होता है कि client is requesting you to give you something, but you give something in addition. Okay, थोड़ा सा हटके, बैलेंस से थोड़ा सा अलग से जाके क्विक डिसीजन करने के लिए आप मजबूर कर रहे हो उसको, and you don't give time for negotiation also, and minimal demonstrations and minimal sampling, and immediately हो जाता है. For example, sharp angle closing means, okay, now you came here for consulting, and would you like to consult all these things? I give you an entire structure. I'll give you all these things in a print format. But do you want an accountability partner to be with you on a monthly system and in a week, 3 times, he or she just follows up on that, and you will pay some X amount extra, so that this entire thing, what you have learned, you are actually implementing it on a daily basis, and there is someone to do the QC for you and validating if you are doing in the right direction or not. Would you like to increase it by, let's say, 25,000 rupees extra? Clear?
Yeah.
Sharp angle closing. To बेच रहा है, then you get an addition thing, right?
Yeah.
Insurance में, yeah. So if you are interested in that, you can follow up with Pallavi on that, right? All right. So next one is
Yeah.
called as now or never closing. Okay. या तो अभी करो नहीं तो मत करो. So if you are doing it today, instead of 25,000 rupees, I can get it done at 19,999 rupees. Okay, what is this called? Now or never. Now or never closing. Clear? Is it a good example?
Yeah.
ठीक है. तो 19,999 का एक लिंक भेज दो. Right? So this is a very powerful thing. And the last one, which will work. But did you understand how to use this in your insurance?
Yeah.
Good. Next one is the Colombo technique. Okay. Colombo technique is something, ये याद रखना. Just one more thing. अच्छा, ये है A. I use this one. Okay. So when I'm on call, I use this. मतलब बात हो गया, आप बोले नहीं अब नहीं चाहिए. अच्छा, before I hang up, can I ask you one question? Again, all the things starts, and I begin to one more closing. Did you see?
Yeah.
This is a very, very powerful technique, and so I'm giving you some very new dimension. I think the last one I told you about question closing. Okay, when you ask certain questions, open-ended questions. Acha. So when someone expired in your family, so by the way, who all have expired in your family in the last 1 year? Oh, my uncle. Okay, can you tell me, explain me, like, how was the scenario when everything was mess and no one knew about where are the documentations? Did you see open-ended question? Good. Let them talk. They will find their problems. Okay. 7. Incentive closing. But are you able to see everything is in my blood now?
Yeah.
मैंने पूरा घोल के खा चुका हूँ. When you do around 20,000 calls per year, जब मुंह से झाग निकल आए, then understand you have done shit in your life, right? Okay. So incentive closing is something where you give an incentive to close right now. So I told you, right? My incentive was 25,000 to plus tax lete hain hum log, which becomes around 28,000. If you want an accountability to support you for 1 month, 19,999 rupees. Done. Deal done. Incentive. Plus, I will give you access to 2 dojo sessions. Ek dojo sessions ka कीमत is a big amount, which is typically around 5,000 rupees. 2 dojo session, 10,000 rupees, वो भी डाल रहा हूँ मैं. 19,999 rupees. How much money you are saving? 25,000 plus 10,000, 35,000. Are you able to see the incentive now?
Yeah.
Okay. 8th one, take away close. Okay. This is a one-time offer. I am the only guy who can give you the offer. If you want to take it or you want to leave it, choice is yours. Okay. Did you understand? I think this is the best way I can teach you this is to close you on that, right? But what is the value are you getting just by sitting with me for the last 2 hours? Just imagine if I give you 10 different objections for 2 times, which in fact its price is around 10,000-15,000 bucks. I'm adding all these things here. A value of around 40,000 rupees, you are now getting at 19,999. This is a takeaway closing.
Yeah.
Good?
Good.
Okay. So if you are paying in one shot, this is what I can add. I'll give you a monthly meeting which is priced at 1 lakh rupees for a session like this, according to some of the people who have came. Let's say if it is not 1 lakh rupees, let's say it is 10,000 also. So 50,000 you are getting at 19,999 rupees. If you are paying the full amount right now. Good one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a takeaway closing. 9 is called as balance sheet closing. Okay. If you invest this 19,999 rupees and within 1 month, if you are able to make 10x this amount, 1.9 lakhs, would you like to leave it or would you like to give it a try? By the way, this is another thing in insurance you can do is you can do, ease of payment close. You can do an EMI also, 12 months EMI. How do you feel about it? 19,999 rupees divided by 12. Let him do the maths.
Yeah.
You do the maths. Huh?
Yes.
How much does it come? Some 1,700 some change. You are getting this? So this is called the balance sheet close. All right. And I have a bonus. So with this experience that you had, with this almost like 3 hours, I promised you for 1 hour, I'm not only giving you double, I'm not only giving you triple, but I'm giving you a lot of value. And all these things plus an accountability comes to you. All these things, 19,999. How do you feel about it?
Excellent.
So what do you want to do now?
I would like to proceed.
You see, the bonus one, it's called silent closing.
Yeah.
Okay. Many times closing happens without you sharing any demonstrations. Good so far?
Yeah.
So I think I have answered all your questions. And there was one last question was there. Dada, how do I conduct a webinar? And what are the techniques? I think I cannot teach you all these things here. There is a practice you have to do.
Yeah.
So, for webinar kind of things. Okay, I'll just give you some dimensions here, which probably you can take it as a baseline. Okay, so all questions I'm answering you. So I'm not leaving any content. Okay, so the last point was webinar. बिना प्लानिंग का वेबिनार नहीं होता. We have everything planned. टॉपिक क्या लेना है, ऑडियंस क्या करना है, आउटलाइन कैसे होगा, ड्राई रन कैसे करते हैं. वी हैव एन एंटायर प्लान फॉर दिस. टेक्निकल चेकआउट कैसे करते हैं, हमारा टीम क्या करेगा, लिंक चेकआउट करना है. सो देयर इज अ ह्यूज लॉट ऑफ प्लानिंग इज देयर. बिना प्लानिंग का वेबिनार नहीं होता है. इवन टुडे आल्सो बिफोर यू केम देयर वाज अ नाइस म्यूजिक हैपनिंग. यस और नो?
Yes.
There was a nice background.
Right.
There are 3 computers are involved. One, there is one more here, and I have an iTab in my hand.
Yeah.
Right. So don't you think there is a planning involved in this? I have to plan my house. I have to plan my home. My food has been waiting. My team is also there. My team is running at the back end. There is a lot of planning. There is a system and process happening. In fact, this is what I do. We promise less and we deliver fantastic. Right? And number 2, promotion. Promotion. आपका लैंडिंग पेज कैसे बनता है, ईमेल कैंपेन कैसे होता है, सोशल मीडिया कैसे होता है, पार्टनरशिप्स क्या है, रजिस्ट्रेशंस एंड इंसेंटिव्स कैसे मिलेंगे आपको. राइट. देन थर्ड थिंग, द एंटायर वेबिनार में आपका एंगेजमेंट कैसे होगा, इंटरैक्टिव एलिमेंट्स क्या है. आई हैव गॉट डिफरेंट कलर्स. आई एम राइटिंग विद अ पेन. I can show you certain things, right? I'm listening to you. I have a
Yeah.
proper planning structure. Yeah. So are you able to see so don't you think I have made my preparation before coming here?
Yes.
I have prepared 25 times than you can think of. Times. तूने 5 क्वेश्चन बोला, मैं 25 क्वेश्चन तैयार होके आया हूं. Preparation is the only confidence, right? That is only possible when you have a content. What I'm doing is I'm giving you value-driven content with a structure, with a clarity, with relevancy in your field and your structure. Call to action. Yes?
Yeah.
Good. Nice. And then you need to do a follow-up also. आप follow-up कैसे करते हो? Thank you mail कैसे भेजते हो? Feedback कैसे करोगे? Lead nurturing कैसे करते हैं? Additional resources क्या दे रहे हो? Lead magnets क्या होगा? Next steps कैसे करना है? Now, if I need to teach you all these things, I need to teach a lot of things. Lead magnet itself takes around 2-3 hours, right? Then you also need something else. Technical setup कैसे होता है? Okay. Zoom में there are 80 checkpoints are there. Do you know that? I can give you the entire list. Okay. Provided you reach to that level. Then you need to also plan something which I call it as timing and duration. जो मॉर्निंग का डमास्टी होता है ना, उसमें भी what time we should log in, आज का टॉपिक क्या रहेगा, गणेश सर क्या बोलेंगे, what I'm going to talk about, how much time, what music to play, everything is planned. Do you know that? Everything. Hello? How are you feeling now?
Excellent.
Yeah. Okay. Then number 8, speaker preparation. How much are you prepared? तुम्हारा PPT कहाँ पे है? तुम्हारा structure कहाँ पे? For this session, I have also prepared that I will not do anything which is on PPT. I will do everything on my hand. Why? This is my authentic, unique and genuinity. दूसरे लोग करके दिखाए, बिना PPT का आके बात करके दिखाए. Possible? मैं खाली आता आया हूँ. Right now, I have got only this thing in my hand. This is my table, this tablet. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Then
Yeah.
comes your audience interactions. Okay. So how do I do that? I can do polling, quizzing, asking things, commenting, networking opportunities. Registration कहाँ पे कर सकते हैं, right? And the last thing which needs in a webinar is called as measurement and analytics. Okay. When you do some advertisement, कुछ लोग आएंगे जो अटेंड नहीं करेंगे, कुछ लोग आएंगे अटेंड करेंगे लेकिन पूरा नहीं देखेंगे, कुछ लोग आएंगे अटेंड करेंगे पूरा देखेंगे लेकिन कोई सामान नहीं खरीदेगा. Yeah. So what I can also do is, so tomorrow I will work on this tonight. Tomorrow I will sit and I will create a kind of a workbook also, where I will give you some action items, where I'll give you some questions. Okay. In fact, I have it ready. How bad is that? Right?
Yeah.
I have it ready. Okay. So before I show you what I have ready, okay, let me tell you what all things we have done so far. So I have answered all your questions. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is what we have done today. इतना सही काम किया हमने. Would you like to have a copy of it?
That would be great.
Okay. So now are you understanding? So if you want a copy of this plus a transcript of everything that I've told you, otherwise you will not remember. You will not be able to take notes. Okay.
Right.
Look what I'm doing. I'm creating value additions for you. Okay. So what are my giveaways? Let me identify a new kind of a color. This is a new color. Okay, I'm just putting it in green color.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are my giveaways? Number one, do you want the recording of it?
That would be great.
Okay. Do you want all the sketches?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to make you a kind of a workbook for personal branding, which will be typically used for only LIC business enhancement workbook के नाम से जाना जाएगा?
Wow.
Workbook, which is called as I call it as LB, LIC business enhancement workbook. Okay. This is only for
Okay.
LIC people. It will be work. तो जहाँ पे आपका product knowledge कितना होगा, कैसे होगा, वो करना है, right? And then I'll give you something. So this is the first thing that I can give it to you, which I call it as workbook. पहला वाला होगा आपका knowledge enhancement के लिए.
Okay.
दूसरा workbook का हम template दे देंगे आपको, which will be basically for your personal branding.
Okay.
ठीक है. तीसरा वाला दे दूंगा मैं आपको, जहाँ पे आपको क्लाइंट एंगेजमेंट कैसे करना है, वो एक मिल जाएगा आपको. ठीक है.
Okay.
ओके. चौथा होएगा आपका कंटिन्यूअस लर्निंग पे.
Okay.
You remember learning, continuous learning, ये वाला?
Yeah. Yes.
Right, this one. So
Yep.
this is something which is a self-measured systems, but अगर आपके पास accountability partner रहता है, then it becomes much more powerful. So you are
Okay.
working with somebody constantly. So you have someone to report to, someone to connect to, right?
Right. Right.
So that is one. And module 5, देखो आपको पता ही नहीं था कि ये भी हो सकता है. Module 5 is all about your digital presence. यहाँ पे इतना दिन के अंदर आपका वेबसाइट बन जाना चाहिए, इतना दिन के अंदर आपका सोशल मीडिया प्रोफाइल बन जाना चाहिए, ब्लॉग शुरू हो जाना चाहिए, राइट अप हो जाना चाहिए, न्यूज़लेटर हो जाना चाहिए. आई हैव एन एंटायर लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स, बट विल यू बी एबल टू डू ऑल बाय योरसेल्फ? आई डोंट नो. यू नीड अ पुश.
इसके लिए कोर्स के लिए आई हैव ऑलरेडी परचेस वेबसाइट.
नो कोर्स. स्टार्ट इम्प्लीमेंटेशन थिंग. देयर इज नो पढ़ाई लिखाई, ऑल दिस थिंग्स. Okay, so you will get into all these things. Okay, 100 days का आपका जो पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग सिस्टम है वो किस तरीके से होगा, डे 1 से लेके 100 डे तक. द टेम्पलेट डे 1 to day 100 template on personal branding for LIC. Good one.
Wow, great.
Okay. Acha. Now last one. Cold outreach checklist. Cold outreach checklist. Okay. For LIC influencer.
Okay.
For 100 people per day. ये पूरा चेकलिस्ट में आपको दे सकते हैं. You can do all these things, right?
Wow.
तो आपको क्या रहेगा, additional tips रहेगा, and I can give you additional enhancement for strategies कैसे हैं, इसमें element, description, implementation method. Would you like to see all these things?
Wonderful.
ठीक है. तो आप सोचो, ये सारा कुछ आपको मैं देने के लिए तैयार हूँ, मुझे इसके बदले में क्या चाहिए? Okay, let's talk about this. Can we end this part here?
Sure. Yeah.
All these things. Okay, you are getting the recording, sketches, workbook, and all these things. Okay, and I'm giving you an offer. 19,999 rupees वाला offer. वो ऐसे ही दे रहा हूँ मैं इनके साथ में. You take an accountability partner at least for a month, because otherwise it will be too overwhelming for you. I'll tell you, when you get into this. So this is an offer for you. The offer is till tomorrow. If you don't take, no problem. This is for your good. 19,000 999 rupees for accountability partner. Okay. Now let me pause this. Just 1 second. Okay. This entire sketch I will send it to you in a PDF format. Okay. Just give me some time.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So do you like to see the other side of it? आपके लिए क्या बना के रखूं? दिखाता हूं मैं. Okay. And just a second. Okay. So this is what I have created for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to see my screen?
Wow.
Okay. So this is consulting for LIC business in India. I will just hold it for today. There is a reason. Okay. Let me just close this. Okay. So यहाँ पे छोटा सा introduction है. आपको knowledge के लिए the websites which will give you the exact things. Market trend के लिए आप यहाँ पे just click करो. You will get the latest updates कि आपको इस साल का क्या latest updates चाहिए वो मिल जाएगा यहाँ पे. Okay.
Okay.
You will get the performance check. Can you see this?
Yeah.
2023
Yes.
का performance check मिल जाएगा आपको यहाँ पे. Stock flow items मिल जाएंगे आपको. And then you also get into आपका giant slips क्या रहेगा. अप्रैल से लेके 2022-20 का total detail दिया हुआ है यहाँ. And you can go down
Right.
and all of this. ठीक है?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the kind of research that is required for preparing 1 hour. Okay. That's what we are talking about. आपको यहाँ पे काफी सारे बोनसेस रिसोर्स भी दिया हुआ है. This will give you the entire statistics. किसको बताना चाहते हो और वो बंदा खुद स्टैटिस्टिक्स मांग रहा है. आप डायरेक्टली उसको निकाल के दे सकते हो कि मार्केट शेयर में क्या रहा है, नहीं रहा है, इंश्योरेंस कहाँ ग्रो हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है. Tell them.
Right.
Tell them these things. बस ये है आपका 2002 से लेके 2023 का टोटल डेटा निकाल के दिखाने का औकात रखता हूँ मैं लाइव.
Right.
क्या समझ में? Hi, how are you feeling, man? Let me थोड़ा सा अपना भी क्रेडिट ले लेता हूँ.
Mind.
Okay, but are you finding value out of this, what you have invested on yourself today?
Yes, Dada. It will take some time to observe certain things because, to be
you
honest,
need the recording. That's why you have to go through the recording one more time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. So recording will take time. So in the meantime, this is not fully done. Okay. So regulatory changes. Remember, I told you about regulatory changes. मैंने LIC sites से लेके, so you have got sites like this.